You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This is the place where sports opinions collide. Dead in Sports. I'm your host, Kenneth B. Inge. Joining me on the show, I have Shelton, Spike, FIFO, and Nick Tomlin.
I don't know why y'all think I'm happy, bro.
No, come on, Nick.
Why
would we think that?
The only thing I'm happy about is I'm happy I'm right. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
You started a petition for this man to lose his job, Nick.
Right.
I saw it. You see,
I saw your handwriting at the top.
You saw
change.org.
Yeah, and then he put on there, P.S. This is not Nick.
His playoff record started a petition, Shelton. Don't yell at me. I ain't do shit. You watched that game Monday night.
Yo, more Aaron Rodgers being old than anything.
Wasn't nothing he could do about that.
I disagree.
Ain't no amount of coaching could have saved him.
No. I didn't even Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers ready to go at halftime. Your face was like, take me home, bro.
I read his lips. And he said, "What y'all doing after this?"
Aaron Rodgers was ready to go.
He was done when DK slapped the ball back to him after he threw that pass. There's no way that he dropped that. That wasn't even a drop. He literally just patted it down like, I don't even want to catch this.
This man took a sack and didn't get touched.
Man, Aaron Rodgers looks so old, bro. Like, he an old white man too, like angry.
those older is the worst one.
Yeah. Older than
like
Phillip Rivers.
He like Clint Eastwood or some shit. The old Clint Eastwood.
I seen him say, "Get off my lawn." I saw it.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, I saw it.
All right. Well, yeah, but a lot happened this past weekend in football, college, and the pros, and we are here to cover it all. So, as we always do, we start off with our performance of the week.
All right, let's go ahead and get started with it. You know what I'm saying? Let's not bury the lead, even though we already talked about it. I'm not going to go with the obvious. Obviously, the worst performance of the week was the fucking Steelers in that Monday night. They made us wait. They made us wait an extra day, kid, for something that I told y'all was going to happen in the preseason when we did our preseason picks. But I want to actually talk about the whole NFL in general. They getting crazy right now, Lou. They firing everybody. After, like, it's getting to the point where it's like, all right, y'all just can't fire motherfuckers just to fire motherfuckers. Like, somebody got to stick through. I think that we need to really reevaluate NFL head coaches, similar like how we reevaluate NFL quarterbacks when we talk about who are the elites, who are the above average, and who are the bums. I think the reason why I'm bringing this up is because letting coaches like Mike Tomlin, John Harbaugh, potentially Matt LaFleur, letting them go is not necessarily a great thing for an organization to say, like, okay, we can replace these guys easily. Most of them, especially those first top two, have been here for the last damn near 20 years, and they've kept stability in their organizations. They're not going to see that moving forward. I think right now, based off what we've seen, especially obviously in the AFC North, the Bengals are going to be the most stable organization in that division, and that's not saying much. You know what I'm saying? That's just saying a lot that people are just too quick to fire head coaches. Like, that's what I'm trying to get to. I think that we'll get to this game as far as like the Packers and what they're talking about with Matt LaFleur. I think that if they fire him or not give him a good extension, they're going to definitely regret it. I think Baltimore is going to easily regret their decision. I think the Steelers are not going to find a good head coach as Mike Tomlin, because even though I've never been the biggest fan of Mike Tomlin, I know he's not shitty. I just know he just hasn't done anything. But my thing is, like, these GMs, these owners are going to regret more of these fires than be happy about these fires, because the fan bases are always going to just say, fire this motherfucker and replace him. because they don't have any. They only have stakes as far as we just want to see a winning team. They don't have the strategy. They don't have the mindset. They don't have the foresight to see who's really good or not. So my thing is the worst performance of the week is the NFL by letting all these head coaches just have vacant positions when there's only 2 that really deserve a job. The rest are we just don't know who the fuck to get.
Nick, this is where I disagree with you. I think just simply stated, sometimes you can overstay. And I think that you've mentioned that. I know I mentioned that at the beginning of the season, especially when it comes to John Harbaugh. If they don't make the Super Bowl, you have to go. And here's the thing, like I do agree with the stability piece. We probably won't see that, or we'll only see maybe a handful, just like we did now, right? Like I don't think Sean McVay is going anywhere until Sean McVay want to go somewhere. I think Ben Johnson is starting to write that script for himself. I think there's a handful of guys that if they want to play, be a head coach at the same organization for 10, 15 years, I think we could see that type of longevity. But I think that you get to a certain point when the wins don't add up, the roster talent doesn't add up to the wins or the expectations, and you just have to move on. It's just part of any organization, right? Like where you started working is not where you're currently working. Everybody moves on. Things change, and you have to move with what's going on. And if you look at what happened with the New England Patriots, they had arguably the greatest NFL head coach of all time, and they moved on. And they hired a guy from within, and it didn't work. And now they got another guy that was kind of sort of technically from within, made his head coaching chops down there in Tennessee, and now he's back. And then boys is in the playoffs, and they look like they can, you know what I'm saying, maybe win one more game. All that being said, Nick, is that things have to move on. And right now, it was just time for John Harbaugh and Tomlin to move on. I don't think that they're going to regret it long term. They may regret it next year. They may take a step back. Because you're right. You're losing like amazing leaders of men and both of those guys in particular, right? I ain't talking about the Stefanskis and some of the other people, but those 2 main guys. But down, in a very short future, those are good organizations. They're going to figure it out. They have the talent there. So they'll be fine, Nick. I think that that's a bad take saying that the owners are going to regret it.
I think it's easier said than done. I do not think they're going to be fine.
I agree with Nick. It ain't that many good head coaches out there. Like what's the likelihood that the Steelers find another Hall? Like, there's damn near impossible that they're going to find 4 straight Hall of Fame coaches in a row. They should have wanted to hold on to Mike Tomlin for as long as they could, because the likelihood of them hiring they may not get another good head coach for 20 years.
Nah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, they don't know that.
That's not possible.
You don't know that.
I think that applies more to the Ravens than the Steelers. Because Tomlin left.
I think it applies to both. But I do see where the Ravens would want to move on just because of what they have at quarterback. Like, they have something that they know that they should be able to capitalize off of and win a Super Bowl. So you do need to, like FIFO said, get new, get innovative, see what these new offensive minds can do with a weapon like Lamar Jackson. So if you're Baltimore, eventually it will work itself out because you have a Lamar Jackson. If I'm the Steelers, the stability that my organization has had over the last, not just with this coach's tenure, but going back to Bill Cowher and then before that, Chuck Noll, I would definitely be hesitant to bring somebody else in there because it's 9 times out of 10, this time you're going to get it wrong.
But my point is
the thing about it.
Hold on, real quick, Sultan. You're using the word hesitant. 20 years is hesitant? Bro, he had a long enough runway. Tomlin had a long enough runway to be more competitive, regardless of the quarterback situation this, that, and the third. You are a Hall of Fame head coach.
Each individual situation is different, and you gotta assess it as such. These are businesses, so each business has a different model, a different plan, a different structure. So you have to look at each situation on its own merit. If you look at the Ravens, there seemed to be an issue between Lamar and Harbaugh. If they didn't gel, one of them was going to have to go eventually, or maybe one of them asked to go. So you really have to look at that from that perspective. With Pittsburgh, sometimes you get numb to the voice in the room. You can have a great stability all you want to, but if you're stuck in purgatory in that 9-win loop that they've been in, you got to do something to break the cycle. So at some point, you got to move on. Now, the problem we have this year is, like we talked about earlier, Nick, is so much heavy turnover. How are we going to fill all these jobs? I don't think that the initial job, I think the first one was the Raiders getting rid of
Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll. That was a move that was necessary. You needed to get a younger guy in there, and you need to get a new quarterback in there to kind of grow together. But I don't think the Raiders counted on all these other coaches being let go at the same time.
It's 10,
so that's the problem.
It's them in like 10 coaching positions. Eight or nine of them are head coaches. It's like, my thing is this, because like to Shelton's point, the NFL does not bring in a lot of new head coaches like that. Like this is not like college. They usually recycle the same motherfuckers over and over again. And this is the first time we've seen probably 2 to 3 good head coaches on the market. But even then, again, there's only 2 to 3 good head coaches on the market. So that means that 6 to 7 other organizations are going to get shitball head coaches that we already know ain't going to do shit. Or they're just going to bring back old motherfuckers like John Gruden or whoever else out of the woodwork and say, try to coach my team, and then right back here in the coaching cycle again. Mm-hmm. My issue is that I've never seen the league. It's Denver, over a third of the league is looking for a new head coach, and they're not going to bring in new talent. At least that's what I've never seen in, like, from a past historical standpoint. Like, unless Marcus Freeman, unless what's his name, the dude from Indiana, and other head coaches come, like, they're actually getting opportunities. I don't see, like, the NFL is going to really be in the same situation next season or the season after that, where we're going to be talking about where all the good head coaches are. Why are these jobs open?
Mm-hmm. Nick, can I ask you a question? So, do you not consider a coordinator moving up to a head coach like a new head coach, like in the league? Is that not new talent?
I see that, but also at the same time, who's a good coordinator that you're referring to that will be potentially like that we already haven't seen? Because if you're talking about Cliff Kingsbury in Washington, we already seen him be a head coach. If you're talking about Mike McDaniel or Robert Saleh, like, we've already seen those guys be head coaches, and it's like,
Saleh, I think Saleh will get another opportunity, just not this year. And if I was him, I wouldn't go, because like he really made a difference with the 49ers with all the injuries this year, right? Like, he was part of the glue that held that together. So I think he'll get another opportunity in the future, just not this season. But my thing, the point I'm trying to make is that, you know, you're saying that there's not new lifeblood of coaches, but these coordinators getting upgraded to head coaches, they've hit this last season. Kellen Moore with the Saints. You look at the Saints last, 4 or 5 weeks of the season, like, they started doing something good. I didn't believe in Tyler Show, but when you look at the numbers, you see what he does or what he did. It's like, oh, okay, now they have something to build into the next season. And I think that a lot of coordinators this past season that got elevated, they really hit. So to me, that is new lifeblood, because these guys.
It's just gonna be tough to find 7 of them. That's my. I'm with Nick on that. You may get a couple every year. We got Ben Johnson. We got a couple. Aaron Glenn even is not bad as far as that goes. I understand him getting the opportunity, but I don't think there's like 6 or 7 of them out there. I don't think there's 6 or 7 of them hot enough to get that. I'm not saying they can't all do it. I'm just saying there's not that many of them ready to go right now that are in that mix. Now you do got 2. You got Tomlin, if he can. Well, he's under contract still, from what I understand, but. If you got Tomlin and you got Harbaugh, Harbaugh got to pick the litter. He's going to get whatever job he wants. And the dominoes are going to fall after him. But the rest of them, we don't know what's going to happen.
Y'all think Belichick could be a candidate since there's so many jobs?
No.
I think the game is past. The game is passing around. I think that before I get to the tenured coaches, if you look at Green Bay, Miami, the Browns, etc., that is kind of like the core or the crux of the issue, where you're starting to have these guys these teams firing people over and over again. And the person or the organization that's the worst at it are the Raiders. Look at what they do. And they've been doing this relentlessly over and over again. They have a lot of guys on contract. That is a NFL issue that they have. I do think that I'm with you, Nick. I think they need to stop recycling these same old coaches, but probably to the point you guys are making is that it's hard to find good coaches. So we're just going to go give what we know. But it's time for some of these young guns to come in. I think Mike McDaniel should probably get another head coaching job. He take what he learned. Some of these other guys should get head coaching jobs.
This season?
I think, why not? Why not?
It's seven jobs, FIFO. So like, it's not like he won't.
We can't always demote people to coordinator just because they failed as a head coach. What they're suited for coordinator.
Well, my thing is this, right? Like, if I was an owner of an NFL team, everybody saw what happened in Miami, bro. It was a mutiny in the locker room. He's not a leader of men.
That was more so because of his quarterback, though. That wasn't because of him. Like, he didn't have his quarterback bought in. His quarterback was dividing the locker room. You had the quarterback going at the press conference saying people aren't coming to team meetings. He had to go up and defend that. He was defending the team. I think the reason that locker room was divided because of Tua. If you send somewhere like Cleveland, Mike McDaniels, they should be happy for that.
Bro, all I'm saying is a coach like Tomlin, that type of stuff don't come out. So at the end of the day, he's not a leader of men like some of these other people.
He had issues. There were, remember, what's his name? Crazy guy?
Antonio Brown.
Which one?
He was doing all kinds. Yeah, he's had a lot of it.
Tyreek.
When it comes to,
but we didn't know that
Brown.
until after the fact. But we didn't know none of that until after the fact. So what I'm saying is, during the season, we didn't know none of that. None of that came out. Nobody came to the press conference. Nobody went to on the podcast and all like that.
Aren't there reports of people saying Lamar was sleeping in meetings?
Yeah, that just
barely practicing and barely practicing.
So these other coaches have these same sort of issues, But I think getting to the ones that have been around for 19 years, Harbaugh and Tomlin. I mean, we saw what happened with Harbaugh. So and if the reports are true, then that makes sense because he has talent. He has a 2-time MVP that, for all intents and purposes, a lot of people say he's underachieving. Depends on where you want to place the blame. Some people blame Lamar, some people blame the coach. We don't know. We're about to find out who it is, actually, in the next couple of years. With the Steelers, he's been there 6 years since Ben has left. And even at the time, we knew he wasn't a rebuild coach. He should have left then. And he just kept finding ways to hit that 9-win season or whatever it was. But it's just like I was discussing in the chat. He should leave. I think I said he should have left 2 years ago because the organization, looking at the roster, we're all football guys. There are football people listening to it. You guys know good and damn well he didn't have a lot of talent to win. He didn't have a Lamar Jackson on his team, whereas Harbaugh did. And I think that's the difference between the two. But I also think that Tomlin looked at the situation, and when Aaron Rodgers left, and he saw what Aaron Rodgers did, he was like, y'all not doing this to me again. And it was like, let me get out of here and move on and leave while I can and let that be that. And it was time.
I don't even think it was Aaron Rodgers. I think it was the fans who were just in 5 weeks. They 2 of them games they were like fire Mike Tomlin. They chanted at his last exit in Pittsburgh is fire Mike Tomlin. And
I don't think
going back to Big Ben when they had the 3 Bs with Big Ben, Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell. They wasn't doing shit with that team either.
He won a Super Bowl.
I understand all that. I'm not.
He didn't win a Super Bowl.
When he had a good quarterback, he won a Super Bowl.
He did not win a Super Bowl with those guys. He
didn't win a Super Bowl with those guys. He did not.
And he had arguably, FIFO, you know this. He had arguably the best wide receiver and the best running back and a top 5 quarterback in the league, or at least top 8. And they didn't get to. And
he ran up against Belichick and others. What the point I was, but the point, and I don't disagree with you on that. What I was saying in the chat is that at this point, from that moment on, all he did was start ruining his legacy because they were unable to give him guys. They gave him. We can go down the list. You guys know Mitch Trubisky, Justin Fields, Kenny Pickett, Mason Rudolph, Russell Rodgers, Russell Wilson. So,
Russell Wilson, yeah.
His reputation as stained as it is now after those 6 years is on him because he chose to stay. But after about the second or third year, he should have been got up out of there. But the point of it all is, and I think he got tired of it, and I think he probably had it. But look, we all know Tom. Every black person knows Tomlin, man. When the news hit, I called my wife. I was like, "Hey, yo, Tomlin's out of there." She was like, "Nah, I'm not fit, Mike." Everybody knows Mike Tomlin, bro. Mike Tomlin's been there. My son is 17 years old. I think that he's been there as long as he's been alive. That is a long ass time. And it was just time. And I'm glad he made the decision, at least as it's reported now, that to leave and not the other way around. We'll find out the real truth as it will be reported, and we'll update commentary as needed. But it was over, man. You're not going to win next year.
Nah, they were stuck in purgatory. Regardless, they were stuck in purgatory. They're winning enough to not get a high enough draft pick, and they couldn't really move up from where they were. Similar, you just like how the Hawks were back in the day.
Before you go, Lou, Nick Wright said something that was super interesting. The year that Big Ben, I think it was the 2019, the year that Big Ben got hurt, and they started 0-3. He was saying if the Steelers just gave up on that season or just didn't got a high draft pick or even just a draft pick in general, that next year is when Joe Burrow came out, Justin Herbert, Jalen Hurts, and I think there was another quarterback. It was round 1 or 2.
Two.
I ain't gonna count Tua, but nonetheless,
you counted Hurts.
There's only one you can count that you named.
I'm just saying,
counted Hurts.
But no, Jordan Love was in that draft too. My thing is if they would have just shit the bed that season, they could have eventually got a replacement at quarterback and built from there. But to the point of Mike Tomlin never having a losing season, he was always picking at the bottom 20 or the bottom or top 30. You're not going you have to be shitty to get a great quarterback. It's a weird equation.
But they traded up to go get Jordan Love in the first round. He was really a second round quarterback. The Steelers could have made that move too.
The Steelers could have got Shador.
Yeah, they had opportunity to do a couple different things. Hey, quick question, y'all, before we move on. Do y'all think it's going to be any surprises? I saw somewhere, and I'm going to tell you why I say that. I'm talking about on the coaching.
You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hires. I saw somebody say Phillip Rivers may get a head coaching
I saw
job.
that. They so the executives have been saying that they are very impressed with the way that he was able to come back and pick apart defenses and be able to scheme pretty much on the fly and see everything pre-snap. So yeah, I saw that
pick apart shit. They lost all them games, did they not?
Nick, I'm with you, but I've seen the league do some crazy stuff in the past, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Nick, what's the most attractive job? What's the most attractive job opening to y'all?
It's Baltimore. It's easily Baltimore is the sun, and everything else is the floor.
The expectations that come with Baltimore, I don't think is attractive.
You shouldn't be a head coach if you're scared to win. That's what
you say, people.
I think the Falcons are because it's low expectations and a lot of talent. Where Baltimore is bro, you got to win Super Bowl year 1, bro.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, Nick?
But FIFO, you said the most attractive, and you're talking about a franchise who doesn't even have a quarterback.
They technically got a quarterback.
Yeah. I think the Falcons because like I said, I think it's Falcons because they have the easiest division to win.
That too.
You telling me the AFC North ain't the easiest division to win now?
Nah.
That a third of every coach got fired, but the shittiest one.
Most attractive job is probably the Giants, and then the second most attractive job is probably the Eagles. Because if you get that OC job, you're basically the head coach with Vic Fangio. You're basically like dual coach because Nick Sirianni don't do shit. Like, I'm just being real, and you're gonna get if you're a young OC, you're gonna get a head coaching job the very next year if you can just at least get to the second round of the playoffs.
You don't think they'll give the team up to Fangio? Like, you don't think he's first in line first?
No. I don't think he wants to be a coach anymore.
He don't want to be a head coach anymore.
Yeah, I think he just likes being in the booth and not having all those expectations besides just one side of the ball. So really, if you're the OC, you're gonna get the praise of being the head coach in Philadelphia. But if we're talking about genuinely head coaches, like the Giants, because you have Dart, which showed promise. You have Scatterbo, which I think people love the big market in New York City, and that defense should be primed to like be a all world defense.
That D line.
Yeah.
The only thing that scares me with that job, though, Q, is the fact that you are in a tough division that's been dominated by the Eagles and the Cowboys. You saw Washington on the rise, even though Washington quarterback wise they're on the rise, and you don't know Malik Neighbors' injury situation. I saw it's a lot worse than they let on in the beginning, so we don't know if he's coming back to be that same player anymore. So that part scares me. Plus, that line underachieved last year. If you can somehow get them to wake up, then great. But that line, as scary as they were on paper, they didn't do much of nothing last year.
So they had an inconsistent. They coach got fired in the middle of the season. It's just you got to just like, to me again. That's a Brian Flores job. That's a defensive minded head coach job where the Giants are going to go as far as that defensive line takes them. I think right now Jackson Dart he has a lot of growing to do.
If you take that Falcons job, if you take that Falcons job, you're gonna need reassurance from Blank and Matt Ryan that you're gonna get at least a 3-year window to find a quarterback. That's what you need because you have Bijan.
Who's the coach in New England?
Vrabel.
I think when you threw Phillip Rivers out there, Shelton, I don't know how serious that is, but it's possible. Like I think that you will find a formal NFL guy that's really, really good, a student of the game that you can find there will be the coach. And I think that's what you're going to start seeing. But it's time to get some young cats in there. The game done passed a lot of these guys around. Harbaugh, Tomlin, they've been in it for a long time. And it's time to get some guys that are unconventional, like the Jaguars and Dan Campbell, who's talking about biting kneecaps.
DeMeco Ryans.
The guy in Jacksonville who come in and doing the Duval shit, the weird shit that we all clown and crack up like what is that?
It always works,
but they go out here and they find a way to win.
It works.
Player.
Even Ben Johnson doing that weird shit and saying fuck the Packers. Like it's time for that type of coach now in the NFL.
Yeah.
The worst press conferences, best coaches.
I think honestly, I think that it's just the wave right now. It's a fad, and it's gonna regress back to being people are gonna want those old school disciplinarian type of head coaches. Like right now, the young youthful guys like in, but give it like 4 or 5 years, it'll regress back to older guys and more at least more of a mixed picture. It's just a fad right now because
I think this is a turning point because even in college you have the younger trendier coaches even the old coaches in college is getting out of there.
Well, that's because they don't that's because of NIL. They ain't got shit to do with it.
But they still getting out of there.
Yeah, like Ken said earlier, it's going to be tougher and tougher for those guys to make it because those college coaches are not coaching that way. So try to coach a grown man tough when they had it easy in college is not going to work. Like he said, the game is changing now, and these attitudes are changing. Just like discipline children is different now than it was 10 years ago, and that's not going back. I don't think it'll ever go back to the point where these people will accept discipline the way they did in the past. I agree with Ken said it earlier, and I agree with that. I thought about it. I was like, dang, he's right. Like they coach totally different now. Even in high school, sports are different now than they've ever been as far as coaching. And it's just a different world now.
It's because of these kids, man.
Yeah, it's these kids. Like we used to get our face masks grabbed, helmet smacked. You can't do that shit now.
Well, I'm not really talking about body.
Hey,
we gotta move on.
That just used to happen.
Look. Hey, we need to go to the next segment. Jalen will put the line, the graphic up. But it's still football. Quarter one, man. For those of y'all who are NBA fans, sorry. But this episode will be heavily focused on football. We'll break it down, the college football playoffs. Now that we have our matchup from the national championship, the Miami Hurricanes, who defeated Ole Miss last Thursday night, 31-27 in the Fiesta Bowl, and the Indiana Hoosiers, who dominated the Oregon Ducks in the Peach Bowl, 56-22. Jesus. With the national championship game taking place on MLK Jr. Day, who do y'all have winning it all? And speaking of head coaching jobs, which NFL team with the open head coaching job should give Curt Cignetti a call? Cignetti, whatever his name is.
Man, this is a tough one, man. It really, really is to me. I know we saw Indiana put a whipping on Oregon. I get it. And you saw Miami with more of a fight from Ole Miss. I just really think I believe in that Miami defensive line. I really, really do. I think that they're going to give Indiana some trouble. I think that Miami is basically having a home game if you look at it as well. Give me the Canes, man, in the upset. Give me the Canes. Give me the Canes. And as far as the coach from Indiana, he can pretty much take his pick after Harbaugh if he wants to go to the NFL. But I would take one of those. I would want to be paired with a young quarterback somewhere. I would want my quarterback got to be a second-year guy, or they got to be drafting one of these guys. Wherever his quarterback goes is where he should go. So if it's with the Raiders, then that's where he needs to be. So they can go ahead and ride off in the sunset together. But give me the Canes, man. I think I'm gonna ride with that defensive line, and I think they can make enough plays as long as they can keep it close. But I think that's what's going to happen.
Shelton, I'm with you. I'm with you, Shelton. 305, the U. You know what I'm saying? But whatever, Nick. There's years. There's years.
I didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing.
But you said a lot without having to say nothing, though. You sure did. We all read the room, my boy.
He missed the 305. How many days out the year, Lou? He missed the 305. It ain't 365. I'll tell you that.
Hey, it ain't 365. I've been too many places. I'm too cultured to just be one place for my whole, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. Like I'm not a fanatic like some of you guys, bro. But I fuck with the U. And the U is good this year. And for everything that Shelton said, that D-line is crazy. I do think Mendoza is gonna have to work for this game. And I love what Indiana has been able to do. I love the head coach Cignetti. I love the story coming from JMU, my wife's alma mater, bringing half of the guys with the, you know what I'm saying, over there, and they out here balling. I love the Cinderella story. But when I look at what the Miami Hurricanes have been able to do defensively, for the majority of this year, I like their chances in this game. So I'm riding with the home team.
I'm biased. I want Miami to win. I used to root for Miami hard back when they had Dorsey and McGahee and those super teams of 01.
Clinton Portis.
So I loved them. I love those were my squad. So I want to see them get back to that level. I follow college football a lot more than them. But I do have Miami winning. It is a bias. I want to say something to what you said, Shelby. Cignetti would be insane to leave Indiana, bro. He can do whatever he wants in Indiana. He knows how to build a team now in college through NIL. He did it to James Madison, like FIFO said. He did it to stop before. And like when he told the reporter, Google me, I win. There's no way I would go to the NFL. I got everything I need right here in Indiana. I got the perfect setup. He can go on I think he's good enough to go on a really good run and turn Indiana basketball around, and he can be like a legend there. I ain't going nowhere if I'm him.
I think y'all are just living off. Ed Reed and Ray Lewis and them are not on this Miami. Sheldon only brought up the D-line. He ain't talking about the quarterback. He ain't talking about any kind of weapons on the outside. Indiana's about to run rough shot on the U. We all watched that Ole Miss game. Carson Beck, Ken didn't even believe he was walking in that end zone until he walked into that end zone. That game could have went either way. Indiana has looked. Their point differential is nuts. It is nuts. Like they're making it seem like, bro, y'all don't even belong on the field. Let alone, because to me, it's like y'all talking about Mendoza. What is Carson Beck going to do against that Indiana line or that any defense?
You think it's going to be a blowout?
Yes, I think it's going. I think it's going to be 6-30. What we just saw last night with Houston. I think it's going to look like. These motherfuckers, it's going to be another Big Ten championship or another national title. I think Indiana is just that much. I've seen too many games now to where it's like, what makes me think that the U at it, like who barely made it into the tourney is going to stop this train? It doesn't make any sense based off what you just said, Lou.
You'll give me 14 points.
I'm not giving you shit because I'm not betting with you. Because I go straight up, Lou. I ain't doing this spread. I'm not Vegas. I keep telling y'all, I'm not Vegas. Like, I'm not
blowing them out. You give me 14 points.
You said that you
a bottle bet.
God, I think
they're gonna be making a U all right, a U-turn. I am with Nick 100%.
And on top of that, y'all talking about it is a Miami home game. But these white people from Indiana, they've been waiting for a long. Y'all saw that game that went at the Fiesta Bowl or the Peach, whichever bowl it was. They showed how they are going to. You think white people don't?
They in their trailers right now.
Exactly. You don't think they in Miami right now? Half of them retire and move to Miami. They think this is a home game for them. Indiana, it's gonna look like a Kappa show in that damn stadium.
Children of the corn, they're gonna be up in that motherfucker, bro.
Boy, yeah, Michael Irvin. They're gonna pull the bet on Michael Irvin.
Mario Cristobal, a good coach, man. It's gonna be a close game. It ain't gonna be no blowout.
He's got Carson.
If Miami don't win,
I'm not worried about the coach. It's the quarterback, bro. Carson Beck ain't gonna do shit against the Miami. I mean,
a professional, man. He's been in college 8 years.
Carson Beck got grandkids, man. That's
right. He could been playing college football for 10 years. You gonna show up?
It's nothing new.
Ain't no big
Carson Beck got lucky as hell, bro. He got lucky with that face mask penalty and everything else that happened after that.
It ain't gonna be the quarterbacks, in my opinion, in this game that decided. It's gonna be the defensive lines. I think both lines, like you said, Nick, and you said, Shell, both lines are good. It's gonna be how the other team deals with the pressure versus more. I don't think it's gonna come into play what Carson Beck does or what what's his name?
Mendoza.
I was going to say Garcia. That was racist. One of those.
He was going to say Martinez.
Hernandez.
Gonzalez.
One of those.
But Sanchez, man, come on.
What's going to happen is whichever defensive line assert themselves the most, they're going to win the game. And I think
y'all got Mendoza fucked up. I really think I got Mendoza fucked up. He gonna cut up this game.
He not that dude.
You see that nigga only watch YouTube and is on LinkedIn. He is insane for his age.
He was in Magic City. He was in Magic City down here. Stop.
He a clone.
So Spike, he not the number one pick.
Yeah, but I still don't think he's good. He can be the number one pick, and it's going to the Raiders, so it's highly unlikely that number one pick is going to pan out.
But I do think if there's any NFL team, because I do agree with you, Lou, he should stay in college. But if there's any NFL team he go to, the Raiders will give him like, look, you can do whatever you want. You could be the GM, you could be the head coach, you could pick Mendoza. Because like you mentioned, I think they still paying John Gruden. Like they're paying four head coaches simultaneously right now. They are looking for stability, and we just saw that they tried to retread with Pete Carroll, and that was a shit show. So I feel like they will give him at least 3-4 years with his quarterback and say, do what you do, revamp this whole thing. And he like he said, his resume as soon as that interview was like, just Google me.
Spicy is hilarious.
I was laughing at that too, kid. Tweets open doors. That's funny.
As far as coaching jobs, and we'll move to the next one. I think if I'm Cignetti, man, Steelers. He'll be there the rest of his life. He'll be there the rest of his life.
He would.
Yeah, that's true. He ain't got to worry about his job at all.
That's the only one I would take. That's the only one I would take.
He would, but he ain't gonna get no quarterback for the rest of his time there.
But he kind of fits the mold of a Steeler, though. Steeler coach.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all was talking about tough nose and stuff like that, and he got a little bit of arrogance to him. Yeah, man. I think that would be the move, bro.
Yeah.
If you were him, though, would you do that? I could stay in Indiana and be good for the rest of my life.
We only saying that now. Look at what happened with Ryan Day. Look at what happened with Jim Harbaugh. I'm just saying I'm saying that your title windows are not. No one's gonna be like Nick Saban, bro, where you're running a program for like a decade plus and you win it.
That's my point.
NIL has
in Indiana. Those aren't the expectations. They can win a national championship this year. He can go 10 years and just be okay and win 7 or 8 games. They still gonna be cool.
He can do that in Pittsburgh too.
Absolutely.
You're right. That's why I said that's the only one I take.
9 is it. 9 is the mark.
All right, man. Let's move on. Let's get to some pros.
Let's go.
You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The San Francisco 49ers pulled off the biggest upset of wild card weekend by defeating the defending champion Philadelphia Eagles 23-19 on the road at the Link. Despite numerous injuries this season, including losing George Kittle to an ACL injury during the game, Brock the Glock Purdy and Christian McCaffrey led their team to victory. How far do you believe the 49ers can go in the playoffs with this roster? And what is the biggest change the Eagles need to make this upcoming season?
Well, I think they did. I'm going to answer the second question first. I think they already did. They're answering part of their main issue with firing Kevin Patullo, their OC. I think that's their main thing. Sirianni is their next.
That's their main thing.
What, the OC?
Yeah,
I think it's the way that they're gonna have to chop down the tree, right? And I think Sirianni is the next branch. That if this thing don't look right, that he's the next one that's gonna go. You know what I'm saying? I just think that that's the way it's gonna go. Vic Fangio, you know what I'm saying? Like we Gucci there. The OC, they got it because think about it, Spike. I know you call Jalen Hurts a running back that plays quarterback, and he is definitely a run first quarterback. But it just didn't look right. Hasn't looked right for 2 years now. You know what I'm saying? So I think I think they're adjusting the right thing. Because Sirianni won the Super Bowl, you're gonna extend them a little bit of grace. But he's on the hot seat, man. Like they gotta look better next year. In terms of the 49ers, how in the hell do they even still have a football team? Well, all of these injuries, and we're not talking injuries to number 53, number 52 man on the roster. We're talking the big dogs, the big names, the big contracts, and they're out here still winning games. That being said, man, look, got to give a lot of credit to John Lynch, Kyle Shanahan, Robert Saleh. It's they've been able to just hold it together. But I think the buck stops here with them. I don't know that they go further than where they are currently.
They definitely won't get no further than where they are. They're playing the Seahawks, and I think the Seahawks will come in and get the job done. I commend them highly. I know, Nick, I know you don't like giving Shanahan no credit, but Shanahan did hold it down with this team this whole year. Yeah, he did. Not just this game. He's been doing it all year. And I wouldn't hesitate to give him the coach of the year. I would not at all.
I'm not giving him coach.
Easy, buddy.
I don't see how once again with all the injuries and attrition, I don't see how you couldn't. And the success that team had. But I mean, you could argue other. But for me, like I said, with the amount of injuries and to still win as many games as he did, and to show up in every game like he did, you got to give them their props.
Sheldon, what has he done this season that he hasn't done before?
He won games he shouldn't have won. You never would have thought, especially even when Brock Purdy went down, you wouldn't have thought he would have won those games with Matt Jones.
So he hasn't won with a bunch.
That don't make it less impressive though. He's really good at what he does. He's done this before, but a lot of people couldn't have did it when he did it then, and they can't do it now.
They did it on the fly.
A head coach,
he didn't miss a beat.
With all of these injuries and him still he rolled.
So, the 49ers never had injuries.
Get hurt, it don't matter.
Not like this.
Not like this. Not like this.
Get hurt, it don't matter.
Nick, and they didn't miss.
Get hurt, it don't matter.
Right.
He rolled.
They didn't miss a beat. They whipped up on the Rams at a time when they didn't have when Matt Jones playing quarterback, and this was the Rams' strength team. Rams were at full strength, and they beat him easy, man. He had this team balling and believing regardless as to who's on the field. You down to your 6th, 7th, and 8th linebackers against defending Super Bowl champs. There's no way you should even be in the game. Now, part of it, of course, we saw the Eagles didn't come to play. They were not prepared. They were not ready. And I'm not laying the blame on one person. I'm not saying none of that stuff because all of them were at fault. Everybody on that field needs to take accountability and just keep it moving.
Who was the
he brought in the play. Who was the biggest
at fault on the field?
It starts with the head of the snake. It always does. It starts with the head coach. It starts with the OC, and it starts with the quarterback. It starts with the quarterback. Oh yeah. Look, Jalen don't get no grace from me. Jalen, just like I don't give my child no grace, I don't give Jalen no grace. You're the head of the snake. Now I will say this about that: we've seen him get to the mountaintop multiple times, and just like I like to give him credit when he's successful. Hey, just like look, when I give him credit when he's successful, I got to get on him when he's not. And he got to make plays. He had the opportunity to win that game. The ball is in your hands. You that guy. You got to make it happen. That's the bottom line.
Before Q goes, I will say I do agree with Shelton, and this is probably going to be a similar theme for me for the rest of the show. I thought the Eagles lost this more than the 49ers won this game. Like to me, there's no – I only picked the 49ers because of what I've watched the Eagles do all season long. Now, Sheldon tried to deny that decline all season because they was winning games, but we all saw the writing on the wall. But to me, it's like, bruh, the fact that they won because Jawan Jennings threw a touchdown to Steve Mack, it's like it's insane that they only scored 19 points with that as much talent on that roster. But again, I do give credit to the 49ers as far as Kyle Shanahan for coming ready to play, and throwing the whole playbook against the wall and seeing what sticks. But I'm not that impressed because, again, I've seen them play with the injured roster. I've seen them play with bum-ass quarterbacks and win games. To me, he's only going to impress me if he wins a title. All this other shit don't mean shit to me. No, that doesn't mean shit to me. No, it don't mean shit to me.
That's crazy, man.
I'm not discounting. I'm not discounting everything.
Nick.
Listen. Hold on. Listen. I'm not discounting anything. It's just that he has set a bar for me. And I think Q would agree with this. He has set a bar like getting out. I'm just saying, getting out of the wild card round isn't like I don't give a fuck. All he did was get out the wild card round. That's not surprising to me. That's not something I'm like he should get coach of the year for that shit. No, Mike Vrabel should get coach of the year because he turned a 4 and whatever team into a number 2 seed and won a first round matchup. That's coach of the year.
Easiest schedule in the league.
Easy schedule, but he still did it when no one thought he would. No one thought the Patriots was going to get this far. Everybody going into the season would have thought the 49ers would get to the playoffs and win the playoff game.
But regardless, right? You said, see, that's the key thing. You said before the injuries, and then 2, you said the easiest schedule by far. Shelton, you can't. Those 2 things you can't discount. That's it.
The 49ers had like the second easiest schedule this season too. So let's not discount that.
You're making that up.
I'm dead ass serious. They had like a top 3 easy schedule. It was
it's impossible. They play in the NFC West. 3 teams made the playoffs,
and the Arizona Cardinals are in the NFC West. And
what team?
And the
other 3 teams went to the playoffs, bro.
No one thought the Seahawks
and they played them twice a year.
Look at they don't only just play their division. They look at everybody else that they played. I'm
just saying it would be really difficult for them to have the second easiest schedule playing in that.
I'm trying to tell you that's what it's top 3 easiest. If not number 2 is top 3. And on top of that,
now it ain't 2 no more. Now it's top 3.
Well, nigga, you correct me when you find the stats. Over here, you just saying I'm wrong just because you don't believe it. I don't give a fuck.
I know you're wrong.
No, I'm dead at. All I'm saying is that before Q goes, the Eagles shit the bed. And I will agree with Sheldon. It was a team effort. It wasn't just on Hurts because Hurts didn't play. He didn't play worse than Brock. You know what I'm saying? And we saw obviously the drops by AJ Brown. We even saw drops by Smitty. The head coach ain't shit. We all knew that. It was just a collapse all over the place. But to me, it was just an eyesore to see all that talent go to waste against a injury prone. They lost a bet. The only position you would have said the 49ers had an advantage of was at tight end, and they lost that in the game as well. So they should have it shouldn't have been that close.
Cap.
Man, this is actually pretty quick for me. This is what's been the problem all year long. It's been terminal, and the chickens came home to roost. I actually don't have any problems with Jalen Hurts' game. I thought he had a great game. I thought that if our highest paid offense in the league actually showed up around him, he'd probably have 250 yards, maybe 2 touchdowns. outside of the Dallas Goedert one. You're paid to catch the ball, and AJ Brown been crying and whining all year. You've been crying and whining all year about the scheme and blah, blah, blah. And trust me, that to me is the main culprit, because I've been saying that's been the problem. Patullo should not have gotten that job as a DEI hire. It was terrible. Yeah, he's a DEI Italian. Like, it was just bad. So somebody with experience around Jalen Hurts, we see that he has success. When they're a novice like Brian Johnson and Kevin Patullo, it's just a train wreck. Whether you want to call that system QB or whatever, I'll take a system QB all the way to the Super Bowl. That's what needs to happen, and I think that that's ultimately going to be what the diagnosis is this offseason. Get somebody with experience, someone like a Todd Monken, somebody like, the crown jewel right now that everyone's chasing is Mike McDaniel, but I don't know if he'll want to come BOC here. But I would like a Stefanski type, Todd Monken pro-style offense just to get some continuity and flow, because there was no flow to the offense all year. And I want to give and I want to give credit to the 49ers, because I said last week I'm not confident in picking the Eagles, and that's because the talent on the field, the gap is very far. But the people the two men that have the headsets, that gap is also fucking the Grand Canyon. That gap in terms of how to put your players in position. Nick Sirianni doesn't do anything. And a lot of Eagles fans haven't really come to that realization yet, that he don't do anything. If he don't put together the game plans, if he don't put together the route concepts, if he's not, working with the quarterback to, massage these problems with like whatever routes and where we just keep doing the same thing over and over again. If you're not really a guru in that sense, and Vic Fangio controls the entire defense, then what do you do? So Kyle Shanahan showed you, and I agree with you, Nick, but I also disagree with you, because I would give him Coach of the Year. It's not really that big of a deal to me, but I would give him Coach of the Year just for the fact that doing it once or twice with, bottom of the barrel bargain bin QBs, that's something to be said about it. You can kind of chalk that up to maybe just luck. You get on a heater once or twice. Guys get out their body because there's not a lot of tape. But when you can make Mac Jones a sought-after free agent, I got to give you respect to at least make you, in my opinion, Coach of the Year. George Kittle tears his Achilles. You still win that game. Trent Williams has a hamstring. We can't even get home. And Vic Fangio is supposed to be the bright spot of that game. That Eagles D-line didn't show up. They didn't get one sack on Brock Purdy. You put Brock on the ground, you win the game. And it's very interesting because we've seen across the league, people have lost the turnover differential and they've won the game still. So we're in a whole different league now of like, just it don't really matter if you turn the ball over sometimes. Sometimes you just got guys. And Shanahan, his guys believe in him.
Sheldon Q, do you guys think if somebody came in with an intricate offense that Jalen Hurts would be able to run it?
Yeah, I think
so.
Anything.
Okay.
I think Jalen Hurts can run any type of offense. I don't think that like I'm not gonna do the whole like, can he read? Like, are we really gonna do that? Like, really? Like, seriously? Can he read? Really?
Lou White Man, internal white man be coming out for
really like we're doing that. Like, this is the same shit they said about Lamar Jackson. Like,
No.
Same thing. And like I said,
not in the same league. They're not in the same league.
If you go back to Lou, if you go back to 20,
looking at Jalen Hurts, do you think that he could run, like if Mike McDaniels came there as y'all OC, y'all think he could run his offense?
Yeah, of course. Lou, you go back and look at 2022's MVP runner-up. You saw him do things that
better than Tua
he needed to do. And you saw him do it with poise and confidence. Now, you can't say that that's the same guy that you saw with Patullo. It's just not yeah, right. And I don't think he's lost it. I just think that it's not being used. In the route concepts that they were running, we talked about that before. The route concepts look crazy. If you go back and watch it, you can see the tape. It's crazy what they were doing with AJ and Devontae.
It was a 4th and 11. They run 4 verticals.
Crazy.
It's just like
I ran like 47% of the routes were hitch routes.
But it's just
crazy.
And that's what I'm saying. So, like, I look at common denominator here. So, once again, I want to give all the credit in the world to the 49ers. They had a great game plan. They believe in Kyle Shanahan is definitely that guy when it comes to getting the most out of your talent. Now, the big game, that's a separate conversation. But the Eagles, the common denominator is when Jalen Hurts has an experienced OC, there's way more success. It looks way more fluid, and we have the potential to get to the mountaintop. When you put novices in there and you try to, you know what I'm saying, get experimental and get too cute with guys who don't deserve a fucking job, this is what happens. You lose to Tampa Bay in the first round and you lose to Juwan Jennings at quarterback.
Correct. And one other thing to add on to that, me and Q during the broadcast, we talked a lot about most of this whole year. The biggest thing for me has been, and I said it all year, was tempo. Their tempo, if you watch when they're calling these games, they get to the line with maybe 10 seconds left on the play clock, and they're looking around confused, trying to figure out what's going on. Everybody, including Jalen. So they're calling these plays under duress, and it's like, there's no flow, there's no tempo to the game. So the defense is sitting there waiting. They can kind of figure everything out. It's just not a fluid situation ever, and it was that way the whole year. I still thought they could win the game.
I did. Stop the cap. Who's responsible? Where they keep coming from? Who keeps saying?
It's Jalen, bro.
Jalen,
hey, well, who's
Jalen Hurts' son in the background. That's why he got his name Jalen Jr.
Who's responsible for that? What you said, Sheldon?
He's right. It's Sirianni, and it's Sirianni because Patullo is Sirianni's guy. And if he's an offensive coach, and you see these crazy things, I mean, we could see it with our own two eyes. We saw at times Tank Bigsby would get in the game in what he averaged 6 yards a carry. In his games, he got 1 carry. Like, make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? If I'm the coach, I'm saying, hey, let's get my guy out there. Let's get him the ball. Let's see what can happen. If we can see it from the sidelines, we can see it from, our eyes, why he couldn't see it. It starts with Sirianni.
Well, over the last couple of years, we've seen a lot of things with our sidelines.
Ken, real quick, Ken, I had to look it up because Lou was pissing me off. Yes, the 49ers had one of the easiest schedules.
I saw it too, man. Y'all see the wording? It went from top 2 to top 3 to one of the easiest.
Yeah, it was number 3. It says it was the 49ers, the Saints, and the Patriots.
You said it was second. You said it was second.
I said it was second, and then I said it was in the top 3. I remember what I heard, nigga.
I know me watching those games. I didn't see it. I didn't see it being that easy. I thought
y'all only named the Rams and the Seahawks. They play them 4 times. They play a lot of other teams outside of those 2 teams, nigga. And they was all bums.
Disappointing.
Go ahead, Doc.
Okay. Nigga, you gonna say something? Or you
what you got, Doc?
Space, nigga. Hey.
All right,
get out of here.
The nigga came on the screen like an Epstein accuser. He said, "I'm ready to tell my truth."
It was a Dateline interview. Will they be blurred?
Nah.
That's when they kidnapped me and they took me to the warehouse.
Like you sitting in a cult. Like
I just need to tell Shelton. I'm gonna be polite, man. I'm gonna give you grace, bro.
Thank you, man.
Believe me, if I hit again, I got something ready for you.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate
it. Let's get through these playoffs, all right?
Hey, Sheldon, I heard he said Sheldon.
He called me Sheldon.
He called you Sheldon.
He got the Sheldon.
Look, man.
Let's go. You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Listen. There's absolutely no way the Eagles should have lost that game. I think we all acknowledge that. You get 2 turnovers after he got roasted on the first drive. Mitchell, that is. But he came back, he made 2 big plays, and you only get 3 points off of it. The Eagles were flat out awful. This has been documented all season long, and it's been ignored until it finally got to a point late in the season where it couldn't be ignored anymore. And they got it, everything that that has been discussed reared his head. But even at the end of the day, I thought somehow, some way they would find a way to win that game because that's what they've also been doing all year long, finding ways to win games. Brock was good first drive, bad the rest of the game.
2 picks.
And then he was good again until, when his team needed him the most, when he put up 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. And the Eagles still only got 3 points. The kicker, I think, missed the point, extra point. And I think for all Brock's flaws, can we say he's better than Jimmy G at this point? I think they found a guy in him.
He better than Jalen Hurts.
So, he's not like
Lou, you're not qualified to
tier 2, but he's serviceable and he can play the game. So he's not the trash, and I think he's improved over the years. I think Jalen, had a Jalen game, man. Like we've seen this for the last year. He right under 200 yards passing. That's about his threshold.
We went this whole
segment.
We went this whole segment without admitting that this is a Jalen Hurts thing. Like we're looking and we're seeing that he's not a good quarterback, and yet we're still caping for him. Like, man, get him an offensive coordinator. Like y'all seen this shit since Lou, in Alabama for tour.
Lou, we're not doing Jalen Hurts is an average quarterback. I don't think Jalen Hurts is that good. This is not me saying Jalen Hurts is good. This is me saying Jalen Hurts is good at being a game manager. And this was the Jalen Hurts.
Lou, I'm gonna go further than
We've
that.
avoided saying that this whole segment is all.
Lou, the reason why you had to avoid saying that because you don't know anything about playoff football. You haven't seen it in your lifetime, so there's nothing for you really to speak on.
I used to watch it a lot back in the 90s.
I told you you ain't seen the playoffs since Michael Irvin tested negative on these tests. So
y'all know Jalen Hurts looks bad, bro. Like y'all should be. If I were a true fan, I would be questioning: should this be my quarterback moving forward?
Well, I think those things will be questioned now. It becomes really difficult for people, commentators, etc., to criticize a QB or anyone that wins. Jalen Hurts was winning, and he went and won the Super Bowl. So, you can look at a lot of quarterbacks that have won Super Bowl that were average, but they got it done, right? We can go down the list of them. We look at Eli Manning.
Chill out. Chill out. He's not on that list.
Now that it's gotten to the point where maybe we don't know what Kevin Petula may be good, may not be good. Kevin Petula also may not be able to run a specific offense that he wants to run. I don't know. I don't follow the fucking team like that. But I know that now you're going to start to see a lot of people talk about the limitations of Jalen Hurts as a quarterback, and we're talking about people that played the position. So I think now you'll start to see those things, and I think we'll find out if they start looking for another quarterback, if they've gotten what they could out of him, if they maximize it. People are saying that Nick Sirianni can run offense. They're saying that now they're saying all of a sudden that Jalen Hurts can't run offense. I don't know which one is true, but I've never been impressed with him. But the fact is, he was good enough to win games. And in this league, sometimes that's all you need to be.
I think the biggest thing, and I'm gonna get off of it, but the biggest thing that you see, because people try to question different things, and I see a bunch of them saying all this different stuff. I saw those people you posted, Lou, and they've been talking that same mess forever. We know what they mean. Chris Sims and Colin Cowherd. That this is kind of weird people to quote, but for me, what I see the most. What I see the most of all is the adjustments being made. Once again, if you come out of halftime. This team played halves all year, and I was hoping that they got it together. In my mind, I was hoping it. I was. But if there's no adjustments being made, that's the first thing you look at is coaching. You come out and you can't adjust to what's happening on the field, it's coaching and leadership. And so you start at the top and you work your way down, Ken, because next it's going to be looked at. Jalen's always going to be under the microscope. Always.
What I just don't get is first of all, we talking about Jalen Hurts like he JJ McCarthy and shit, like, which is just ridiculous. But then beyond that, we're over here every other day questioning should coaches be fired, but for some reason we can't question the aptitude of coaches while they're still in the seat. Like I don't understand a league that is so hell bent on giving a guy just 365 days to get to the Super Bowl as coaches now, but then we can't turn around and say, I just don't think the scheme is really working. And suddenly that's an excuse. But it's not an excuse to say that we should fire the coach so the quarterback can be good. Like, I think that we just do way too much when it comes to trying to always couch things as excuses. Sometimes it is how it is. Do I think Joe Burrow's being hamstrung by Zach Taylor? I absolutely do. Does that mean that in every situation that people like Joe Burrow are at fault for, you know what I'm saying, everything that happens? No. And in some situations, yeah, same is true here where it's like the head of the snake with Nick Sirianni, John Harbaugh. Is it always his fault? No. So there's some shit that happens with Lamar Jackson, blah, blah, blah. Across the board, you can find this example in the league where the coach and the offensive coordinator are just not up to snuff and they're not maximizing. We have the number one.
What does maximization look like?
A maximization looks like the common denominator. I keep saying it. Why is it like it's like a math problem that people refuse to solve. It's like when you give Jalen Hurts experienced offensive coordinators, you go to the Super Bowl.
I think the difference this year compared to last year is Saquon Barkley. Jalen Hurts statistically put up better numbers this year than he did last year. Saquon Barkley wasn't the same guy.
Don't do that. It's not Saquon. It's the line. That offensive line.
Absolutely.
I'm not blaming Saquon. No. Listen to what I wasn't.
I get what you're saying.
You just had a difference.
That is the difference. That is the difference because number one, bro, if you're out there playing, you're out there playing. But the line is banged up. So all right, cool. But at the end of the day, there's still enough skill on this offense that if you are an experienced coordinator, you should be able to manufacture plays. No, you were not even able to scheme open the number one paid offense in the league. You can't, bro. We didn't score 20 points against Juwan Jennings and Kyle Juszczyk. Like that's not an excuse. That is just a terminal problem that's been here since the first game. Even against Dallas in the rain, everybody was like, "Man, the offense don't look the same." And I get it that you're not gonna be able to always make it look sexy every single game. But bro, it's been every single game besides the Giants game the second time, right, and then maybe one other game against the Raiders. Every other game has been a tale of two halves, and that's exactly what happened against the Niners. The bad habits reared their heads, and Kyle Shanahan and his team took full advantage. So I got to give him credit, and the Eagles have to go back to the drawing board.
And you saw it against the Cowboys both times. Like I said, you look at the first half of both Cowboy games. You had 21-0. You had 24. They were scoring with ease. It was like offense was flowing. Everything was happening, going downhill. Once those scripted plays ran out, it was like, well, what are we going to do now? You know, your coordinator he didn't know what to call. It was. I'll tell you what. It was weird. It was just weird.
Former Eagles players call it out.
My team quarterback is 5 times better than y'all's, and I want a new one. I can't understand how y'all don't want a new one.
Because we won the Super Bowl. We don't even understand. Like that's raging.
Let's move on. Move on.
Yeah. But Q said it best too. They were just running that zone that up the middle play with Saquon
the first long pass of the game was a 50-yard bomb to Dallas Goedert. Your tight end gets, come on, man.
We're gonna move on to the next topic. How your number one receiver of the year work out for you?
I was gonna get to that, kid. Look at that.
Receiver in the league. Remember?
He dropped 3 passes, bro.
Is that on Jalen Hurts?
With your head coach? You can't argue with your head coach on the sideline and you drop those passes.
So that's on Jalen Hurts, right?
Nah.
One of those passes.
Jalen had 168 yards. If he catch 2 of those, he over 200. So I don't really.
My thing is them routes that he be running, bro. He does not look like a number one running them.
I don't know, man.
I don't get it.
It was just a bad year for him.
Yeah, it was a rough year.
Spike, you feel
Still
like
made the
you were
playoffs though,
nice
Lou.
that
Lou, a rough year is getting out in the first round. You don't know nothing about that.
And it still ain't Puka number one. So if that's what y'all saying.
Hey, Puka, we got to have a conversation about Puka.
Yeah, put him on the outside and let's have a real conversation.
Arguably, though, that game was exciting. But probably the most exciting game of the weekend.
The Rams game?
Bears.
Oh, yeah, the Bears game.
When do we ever who cares about that game? Arguably the best game of the wild card weekend was the dramatic conclusion to the NFC North rivalry trilogy between the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. The Bears pulled off one of the greatest comebacks in NFL history at home, defeating the Packers 31-27 after trailing by 18 points at halftime.
Wow.
Are the Bears now the favorites to win the NFC, and should LaFleur be fired after this epic collapse? And fun fact, the Bears and Packers have faced each other 3 times in the last 5 weeks. Across those matchups, they have played nearly 190 minutes, including overtime. The Bears held the lead for only a combined 2 minutes, and in those 2 minutes, they won 2 of the 3 matchups.
The Bears are this year's Commanders, and I think they're set up for the future more than the Commanders are. But they are definitely this year's Commanders, where I wouldn't be shocked if we look up in the NFC Championship game. They just got that. They got that Vegas energy going on right now, where it's just like all odds don't make sense, and they're gonna find a way. I will say that this game definitely was, to me, 70% mismanagement by the Packers, 30% like Bears just never say die mentality, and you gotta give them credit for that. But 6 carries for Josh Jacobs in the second half when you're up 21 points. That's called mismanagement, and that's called bad understanding of time of possession. The amount of times that the Packers were trying to give that game away with fumbles and McManus with those 3 field goals, that's 7 points right there. And he's been fucking up all year, and he's been doing this all year. And Packers fans are fed up; they're so done with him. The Packers kind of gave this one away, and Caleb made like 2 jump out your seat throws. I'll give him that. I'll give him that little rail that he threw. That shit's crazy. I'll give him that.
49 was insane.
I'll give him that. And shout out CJ Gardner-Johnson, because everywhere he goes, the defense just comes alive at a different time. I said the Eagles should have picked him up when he was on waivers, but yeah, man, LaFleur, I'm gonna let y'all have that, because I've been saying for a long time, I don't know.
Don't he remind you of another former Packer head coach? Once upon a time coached the Dallas Cowboys and Mike McCarthy. And that's a conversation that we need to have here, because, like I said in the chat, I think LaFleur is great X's and O's. I think LaFleur is great schematically. I love the rivalry between him and Ben Johnson. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, who manages the situational football better? And LaFleur, that's exactly where he's lackluster. And I think that we have to have an honest conversation in regards to that, bro. Because here's the thing. The earlier conversation that you had, Nick, I 100% agree. I don't think you can replace LaFleur. That is a bad move for the Packers if they move on from him. You're not going to replace that. And they are poised to be pretty good for as long as everybody's there. All that being said, you got to reel him up, but LaFleur got to look at the man in the mirror. And LaFleur got to get better as a head coach in a situational football arena. Now, let's talk about these Bears now. Because that hey, Nick.
You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Nick, at the beginning of the season,
Nick, I told you what was going to happen. Now, look, my thing with the Bears is this, and this is the reason why they have so much more room to grow, because them boys put it on in the second half. and they are clutch, and they do whatever it takes for them to win the game. And we see how good it can look. You know, I thought when they drafted Luther Burden, I thought, oh man, you already got Rome Odunze, you got DJ Moore. But you see how he's balling. You know, I'm like, man, they got Cole Kmet, but they got Luckman. And it's like, yo, like these dudes are balling, man. But I want to see him like play a whole game at a high level. And I think that is the next step for the Bears. I think the Bears could go out there and win it, bro. As long as they can stay close enough, come that second half, man, them boys just turn it up. So I think they could surprise the rest of the NFC teams.
I don't think. Go ahead, Sean. I'm sorry, Nick. No, I don't think you can win like that again. That was one of one. Again? There's no way. Yeah, there's no way you're gonna play.
He's been doing it all season.
Not like that. That's that you're playing with fire at this point. At this point, you're gonna have to have a you're gonna have but you're gonna have to have a consistent game going forward. It's getting tighter now. These playoffs are tightening up. You're playing the best of the best, and you're gonna have your A1 game from the beginning of the game all the way through. Most teams won't let up the way the Packers did and give you the opportunity to get back in that game. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of mistakes. Crazy part to me was this first round of playoffs was a lot of mistakes from these teams and these quarterbacks. You saw a lot of quarterbacks playing nervous, but a lot of these defenses were stepping up to the plate. So in this particular game, you saw some let-ups on both sides of the ball from both teams. First half, it was the Bears looking crazy. Second half, it was the Packers looking crazy. You can't have another half of football like that and expect to win. You're going to need consistent play from him. We talk about it all the time. This dude makes some of the best throws you'll ever see in football, and then he'll come out the next play and do something stupid.
Shelton, you know all quarterbacks in the playoffs.
You can see,
but has the lowest completion percentage out of all the quarterbacks in the playoffs. Look, sometimes, and Shelton, right. I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you. But at the end of the day, sometimes they are outliers. And what we're watching Caleb do, he's doing outlier type shit. The rules don't apply him the same way.
They do the play.
And FIFO though, like you see him do bonehead stuff, and you're like, what? But then he makes an amazing play like he did on that 4th and 9. You're like, oh, this might be different. Like he's shown those glimpses that he's shown in college in the NFL now. Like we have a sample size to see like he might be special. Like, dude, he's really good. And to come back on these 8 games that he's like trailing and came back and won, like all of that is good stuff. I think that Ben Johnson is going to do a great job in continuing to bring him along and get him where he needs to be as far as being that guy. I think he needed a coach like that on the sideline to get him to this level, and he will continue to succeed at that. As far as Matt LaFleur, I agree with you, FIFO. He's a really good X's and O's guy, and if I'm the GM or whoever running the Packers, I want to get somebody in there to help him with time management. I can't fire him. He's too good to fire. Like I don't want to look for a coach in this coaching market with 10 teams having vacancies, and I fired probably one of the best coaches in the leagues when it comes from an X's and O's standpoint. Like the Packers cannot be considering firing Matt LaFleur, but he did make some egregious mistakes. Like they had the ball with 3 minutes left, and they could have won that game, but it was only time management that lost it for them. So I think Matt LaFleur should stay. I think Caleb Williams is something special. I look forward to, like, I'm on that bandwagon now. I want to see the Bears win. I want to see them win this weekend, and I want to see them have an NFC championship. Like, it's going to be – that's the best story right now in the playoffs.
No, it's
like
not.
I want to see Caleb. That's the best. Give me a better story. Caleb Williams going to the Super Bowl with Ben Johnson, first-year head coach. Someone Nick, you were trying to fire Ben Johnson in week 2.
I didn't say I was trying to fire him. I didn't say I was
trying to fire him in week 2.
Y'all keep on trying to say I was trying to fire him.
You was.
I just said who is.
And now we're in a situation where he may be able to go to the Super Bowl, and he got a quarterback who we were iffy about, looking great, making 4th and 9. Like that 4th and 9 pass it's all time. That's one of the best passes ever in the history of the NFL for him to like throw it like that.
No, it's not.
No, wait, hold on. Contextually. Hold on. For the Bears. No. Contextually, like what's on the line, Nick? What's on the line? Bro, the game is over.
Throw that ball into traffic and make that play. No, it's 3 people on earth probably could do that.
Only 3. We just saw earlier that day Matt Stafford do a pass to a what was it, a fullback or ran a tight end to win the Carolina game over the defender's head.
That was not like that though. The same.
I'm just saying there's not like the stakes were the same. It was a playoff game.
Ball and get it right there. It was 5 defenders right there, Nick.
Bro, I'm not saying one was front, and he had a safety behind. He had to get it, bro.
Are you done, Lou? Are you done, Lou? Are you done, Lou? Because
Nick said I don't care if he threw it with his foot. It don't matter. It was him.
my thing is, y'all motherfuckers only care about this shit because they won. This game was goofballs from one half to another.
Pause this nigga Mike. Pause this nigga Mike. He ain't talking nothing, Ken. He not saying nothing, Ken.
Listen. This nigga FIFO ain't say shit for 85 minutes of that game because he was just like Ben Johnson sitting in the corner like a kid that got in trouble for doing dumb shit. Because he went for how many times? What was his record for fourth downs that game, Sheldon? He was like 1 for 5.
Yeah, it was bad.
First one.
Caleb Williams throwing picks at the 10-yard line. He literally throwing up ducks, thinking that somebody is going to be there. The same way they lost that first matchup earlier in the regular season. My thing is this: I'm not going to praise no QB throwing 2 picks and also throwing less than 50%. I don't know if he got to 50% by the end of the game, his completion percentage, and in a playoff game and saying, oh, yeah, well, let's run that back. They going to the NFC Championship game. Can they get out the divisional round first, Lou, before you say all this goofy shit?
I didn't say they were going to the NFC Championship game. I said I'm rooting for them, too, because they're the most exciting team to watch, and Caleb Williams is the best experience. Caleb Williams, he's the most exciting quarterback in the playoffs left.
No, he's not. He's not. He's more exciting than Josh Allen?
Yes, right now he is.
Nobody care about Josh Allen.
1,000,000%.
What are you talking about? Y'all not. My thing is this. For majority of that game, Ben Johnson was getting outclassed easily.
Who won?
Easily. Exactly. That was my whole point, Lou. Y'all only are talking about this shit and clap and patting Ben Johnson on the back because he won the game. Now that's all that matters.
Isn't that what he's supposed to do though?
Can I finish my point? I'll let y'all talk. At the end of the day, yes, that is all that matters. But we just got off of a topic about watching a football team for an extended period of time and seeing how they winning, but it don't look right. The same thing can be applied to the Bears. I do not trust Caleb Williams at this point in his career to do all the things that y'all talking about the rest of these playoffs. I do think this was an epic collapse by Matt LaFleur to the point where they're questioning. It's a horrible time to go for your contract when you lose the last 5 games, 2 of them to your division rivals, and 2 of them when you had leads going into the fourth quarter. They had like a 99% chance to win that fucking game, and he gave it up. Jordan Love played his ass off. There's nobody on this planet that could tell me that Jordan Love did not play better than Caleb Williams that whole fucking game. 4 touchdowns.
Not in that fourth quarter, he did it.
Yeah, I watched it. Who
played better when it mattered?
The whole game matter, Lou? We only care about the fourth quarter?
No,
scoreboard.
When it's clutch. Thank you. Did he get the double or the L, Nick? Let's talk in Nick-isms. Let's talk in Nick-isms.
Hold on.
Because you're not going to have it both ways when it comes to Joe Burrow.
I'm not having it. And what is Joe Burrow? We're talking about the pairs. There's not a difference. There's not a difference
between it don't look right and it ain't made it there yet. When you looking at Caleb Williams, you like, I see it. It ain't all the way there yet, but I see the glimpse of the greatness. When you saying the Eagles, it don't look right. It just don't look right. I don't see it.
They just came out
between what you see. Nick, 6 points in the second half is not a good game.
But that's not on him, Sheldon, because you just talked about blaming the whole Eagles team for that loss, right? So I could talk about the Packers and do the same thing, because how can a defense who only allowed 3 points in one half give up 25 points or plus in the second half? And then how can I not blame the whole team when the kicker, if he makes his kicks from ending the first half to even all the way down to the fourth quarter, if he makes those kicks, we're going into overtime and we don't even know how that game ends. And then you talked about, and then Lou, you and FIFO talked about the game management of the fucking head coach. Jordan Love is the only person who showed up that fucking game through.
Nobody is sitting on Jordan Love though.
Jordan Love didn't come out. He didn't come out after halftime.
That was he did come. He scored a touchdown. He scored a touchdown to give him 11-point lead in the third quarter when they needed it,
bro.
And then what did the defense do, Sheldon? What did the defense do?
Jordan Love did his thing. Caleb Williams just beat him.
And Caleb Williams showed up in the most opportune time, and he got the job done. Like y'all said,
That's the wrong word.
It is because he wasn't good. He wasn't good most of that game.
He showed up at the clutch.
You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hey, I hear y'all. I also want to say this: like the Packers also left 4 points on the board, like off the board. And Jordan Love put them in position. Yeah, the extra point and the field goal. Like Jordan Love put them in position to at least have the game tied or win the game. Like I mean, I'm not
about Jordan Love though.
Yo, everybody agrees that Jordan Love did his job. We're just saying
100%.
But y'all gassing up Caleb like he was this great
because he shows up when it's time for him to show up, bro.
I'm not giving
like
you.
You're saying, y'all are right. You're saying, oh, Jordan Love did his job. Yes, he did do his job, but he lost. Caleb Williams. He's been doing this. He done it this game. Yeah. He's been doing it all season. They got 8 come from behind victories. He does his job.
Do you know what that means? Do you know what come from behind victories mean? That means that you were shitty in the most of the game.
We continue to get better, but we got a quarterback that can get us the victory.
Nick, the biggest thing is for me in this game for Caleb is at halftime, most people, even the people on the show, counted this team out. Most people started watching other stuff. People in the stadium was leaving at halftime. You know what I'm saying? And Caleb deserves a lot of credit because he led that charge. He led the comeback. So you got to get that man his props. You got to give Ben Johnson his props.
Hold on. And I get Nick too, because what's the difference between Caleb Williams and Bo Nix then?
I've been saying Bo Nix a baller though. I've been saying.
Because Bo Nix, all they wins came from behind. Like Bo Nix shows up in the fourth quarter, but y'all call him shitty.
You're right. Bo Nix, he don't look as talented as Caleb Williams. Like that 4th and 9 pass, like the stuff.
He can't make all them throws.
Even a couple of weeks ago, when Caleb Williams had that last touchdown pass to win the game, it looks good. Like you see the potential there with Bo Nix. You're like, oh, he average. It's Sean Payton. It's the defense.
Lou, that literally,
like, you can tell with Caleb Williams, the talent is there.
Lou, all I'm saying is that literally against the same team. Remember, the Packers played the Broncos this season, and they were up by double digits as well. And Bo Nix played the hell of a game to do a comeback victory. So to me, again, this isn't me talking about Bo Nix. This is me talking about the Packers and their collapse. Like y'all said, to me, the biggest reason why the Bears won is game management and the talent of Caleb Williams. Those are 2 things. Caleb Williams, like, if you give him space to make some shit happen, he's going to make some shit happen. I even said in the chat, the Bears are going to score because I just see how the Packers are playing. It's just like they just don't have it. They don't know what the fuck they doing. My thing, though, is Jordan Love put this team in a position to win. The kicker's job is to kick and make field goals. This is why I hate that fucking position, and then it should be taken out the whole goddamn sport because that's 7 points. From the first half missed field goal, second half missed field goal, and the extra point miss. That's like if he made that extra point when they went up when what's his name, the rookie scores that touchdown, Jordan Love drives him down. That's field goal range. That's not a touchdown guarantee. Like you have to get a touchdown. They're in field goal range, and he fucking around probably missed that too. But even then, Jordan Love did his job. Like to me, that's the thing that's egregious is that. It was a waste. It was a wasted Jordan Love game who was balling. Romeo Doubs looked like he was the next coming of Puka Nacua. You know what I'm saying? And
that's what happens. But Nick, that's what happens when great quarterbacks battle. Though one is going to lose. Yes, Jordan Love did his job. Nobody here is saying that he didn't do his job. It's just that we are saying that Caleb Williams is showing why he is next, or potentially next, and Ben Johnson is elite. Like nobody is
He's not
arguing with
elite.
anything that
He's
you're
not
saying.
elite.
He is elite.
He's not elite.
Oh
He's
my
not
God!
elite.
Hey, Jalen. Hey, cut this. Come on, man.
When you watch,
Come on,
when you
man.
watch,
where
when you
you
watch
sound
that,
crazy.
Ken,
That's
when
where
you
you
watch
sound
that,
crazy.
Ken, when you watch that, I didn't say he was trash. I think Ben
He's
Johnson's a good
elite,
coach.
bro.
I want
He's
you,
elite.
FIFA, record me saying this. Ben Johnson's a good coach, but to say he's elite when you watch that game is nuts.
Nick, this is this. Hold on. This is the reason why he's elite, Nick. And I think I shared this. And if I didn't, oh well, I didn't. Ben Johnson, every time he's a coach on the football field, he operates a top 5 offense. Last year with the Lions, he was a top 5 offense. Every year with the Lions, he's a top 5 offense. The first year with the Bears, he's a top 5 offense, bro. That's elite. He not only is he a top 5 offense, he got them to the playoffs with people like you not believing in them, number one. Number two, not only did we win the NFC North, made it to the playoffs, won a playoff game. What is you talking about? How is that not elite?
Well, one, I think we need to wait and see what happens next year. Because we were gassing up Jaden Daniels last year, and where his ass at? We did
he's
gassing up Caleb Williams.
See, look,
and we don't know what's going to be next year. I'm just saying that we don't know what's going to happen. Good players, great players have sustainability. He got a coach that's able to get stuff out of him, but shit, far too many times, Caleb's looked like trash. And it's just simple things that can be fixed. But we see the potential in him. And if he gets those things out of him, then we're talking about next level paired with a coach like Ben Johnson, who we got to see him do it over and over again as well. But for all we know, he could be like elite offensively, like if y'all want to go there, like Kyle Shanahan, but it don't mount to nothing. But Super Bowl appearances and losses. I'll never forgive him for the Falcons loss. What I want to say is that LaFleur might be a problem because he did not do what he needed to do, and I'm not going to rehash everything that you guys said. He knows. He even said it when they asked him about the comeback potential. You cannot. It's too much evidence, too much data this season to rely on that again. And that's what he did. He came back. He's been doing it. He did it 6 times this playoffs, and they left him around, and Caleb found ways, and he made plays when they needed him the most. Right now, Nick, I know you love your guy Jordan Love, bro, but he's 1-3 in the playoffs, bro. And I don't know who's at fault. We can assign blame to whomever, whatever it is. But, you know, yeah, he should have won that game. But nevertheless, it didn't happen. He put up 3 in the first half. He put up 1 in the second half. He or LaFleur or both had a delay a game penalty that cost them a potential field goal. These mistakes matter in the playoffs. That's why that first half, Shelton, I was the one. I stopped watching the game. I thought that shit was over because I just didn't have faith in Caleb and Ben Johnson in the playoffs where the pressure is intense.
Right.
But I like what I see. I just need to see more of it. It was a great game. It was a great comeback, you know. But yeah, I think that you know, it could very well be the only thing we ever talk about with Caleb and Ben Johnson. We don't know. But salute to him, man.
Ben Johnson may just be a Matt LaFleur kryptonite. Because to me, that's all that game showed was that Ben Johnson against Matt LaFleur can manage a game better, even when he shits the bed most of the time. He goes those 4th downs that he was going. Lou, if he did that to any other coach, bro, that's not Ben Johnson.
No, right. There's no way in hell he should have been going for those 4th downs.
Who, LaFleur?
No,
Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson. Nigga. My thing. The reason why I'm bringing this demonstrative is not because the Bears won, because again, give them credit for winning. It's more about what y'all are projecting based off the win, and I'm just like, none of that shit is sustainable. The way Caleb played, if he plays like that against the Rams, FIFO, you think they win in that game? If Ben Johnson coaches like that,
he did the same thing in Detroit, going for it on 4th down, doing all the things.
Oh,
okay. Jalen telling us some more.
And I told you earlier this on FIFO. I said Caleb Williams is a rich man's what's his name? What's the white boy? Jared Goff. He played that game looked like a Jared Goff game if it did.
Shut the hell up, Nick.
That's just
the hell up, Nick.
He's a rich man.
Caleb
Jared
has
Goff.
way more talent.
You do, Ken. I saw that 4th and 8.
Yeah,
thank you, Jalen.
And talent was you there. All right, man. Moving on, man. Let's get to the weekly picks and our record. So we're back for another week of our NFL weekly playoff picks. The top performer for wild card weekend was FIFO, who went 5-1. So let's see who will lead the pack as we head into the divisional round.
We got to disqualify Shelby.
Yeah, I'll be tired of competing against me too, Lou.
We ain't competing against you. We compete against Vegas.
Right. Like, nigga, we know.
Hey, y'all want to
add GPT in your picks.
I want to start with probably what we were just going in order. Buffalo, Denver.
We didn't get a chance to talk about the Buffalo Jacksonville game. It ended like I think we all thought.
What was it to talk about?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like you saying.
Trevor Lawrence is what we thought he was. Josh Allen did what we thought he'd do. Like it's
Well, I think. I don't know. I think I want to see Trevor next year with the same coach. Maybe the coach managed to kind of unlock some things in him that other coaches were unable to. We need to see it again. Because they were, for all intents and purposes, they could have won that game. Trevor
they should have won that game.
They should have. They should
have won that game.
Yeah.
I think if it was any other quarterback besides Josh Allen, they probably would have won that game.
Yeah, Josh Allen, he just finds ways, bro. It's incredible. I don't know how.
Which is why I'm wondering why you pick the Broncos over the Bills.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear this.
The defense. And Bo knows, Nick. Bo knows.
I hope you're right.
That little defense y'all got cool, but y'all ain't seen Josh Allen come to town, bro. He finna do. Finna do work.
They gonna light Josh Allen up. I think that first of all, I'm not a big Sean Payton guy. I think Payton was one of the very lucky coach. He can coach, but I'm not as high on him as a lot of people are. But he found something out of this team and managed to find ways to win games. I think they got lucky in a lot of situations as well this year. But it is what it is, and they got the wins, and here we are. I think that this Bills team, as you guys have been discussing a couple of weeks ago, actually, there's not a lot on this team with weapons. It's really Josh Allen. And if this defense is as elite as it has been all year, they should be able to shut that down.
But there's rust though, because they haven't played in about 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Nick, when you watch Bo Nix play, does it look like he's a guy that needs?
I'm just saying
that is a very fair point.
That Bills secondary looked very like we may not be shit, but name wise, but they create opportunities.
I only picked the Bills because of Josh Allen. I just think I don't think that they are going to have enough to beat him.
Yeah, they got that true white man look.
Yeah, that's my only explanation. White man look.
But I think Josh Allen could be a little turnover prone, and I think that with this type of defense, and we also know a little bit like Caleb Williams, like Bo Nix is clutch. Like he's shown that this season, So I think that if they can get 2 turnovers this game, and Bo Nix has the ball last, I think they win the game.
My thing is,
I think it's going to be more so with his legs, though, FIFO. I don't think he's going to be turnover like risk averse. Like he's going to averse that risk of throwing the ball. I think he's going to run a lot, and that's what's going to be the change in this game.
Because I was to your point, Lou. I was going to say Denver don't know who the number 1 wide receiver on this team is. So it kind of cancels out. What is it? His name is Khalil Tupac Shakir. That's the number 1 option. What's his name? The Pat Surtain ain't traveling with that motherfucker. He give a fuck about him.
And that's the thing. You don't have to. They don't have to travel with anybody on that team. So
right.
We'll see, man, if Sean Payton's that guy. But I don't know, man. It feels like this might be one of those years. And Josh Allen get put out. Boy, oh boy.
Yeah. You got to have a conversation. They'll find a way.
But yeah, they tend to.
It's built in a little bit. It's built into it.
Hey, like Jalen said, with some streets are meant to be broken. San Francisco versus Seattle. We got next. I can't wait to see this one.
Oh shit!
God dang it, y'all.
No, y'all all right.
The thing is,
Sheldon ain't picking against that goddamn computer, boy. He ain't doing it.
Lou, I'm the computer.
What is gut?
I'm the computer.
What is gut telling him? I'm the computer. I'm picking.
I'm the computer.
Hey,
this the computer.
Hey, Care.
My mind tell me they not gonna beat them. How y'all? Where y'all get that from?
For me, it's two things. It's two things. One, obviously, I don't believe in Sam Darnold, and two, this is again just like the Bears Packers divisional game. Hard to beat a team 3 times or 2 times or whatever in a row. These teams know each other through and through. If y'all say what y'all say about Kyle Shanahan, he should have a whole playbook ready for Sam Darnold. Or Robert Saleh should have like the fact that it was only 13-3. Show
being familiar alone to be able to help San Francisco win this football. And I don't know. I ain't never seen Sam Darnold step up when he needed to. I ain't never seen that.
Here's the thing with this. He really don't have to in this game because that defense is going to shut this San Francisco team down. They will not sneak up on this team now. Beating the Eagles last week got Seattle on high alert. Those guys are going to be ready to play. They're going to be at home. I don't see how in the world San Francisco, beat up as they are, can beat a rested Seattle defense. Like
you said that last week defense.
Too. I did not say that. No, I didn't. You said I wasn't that confident.
You were more confident in the Eagles than you were in Seattle last week?
No. I wasn't. No, sir. No, sir.
All I'm saying is that I love everything about Seattle but their quarterback. If this was Jalen Milrose, hey, I'm picking Seattle right now, today, tomorrow, yesterday. But this is Sam Darnold.
They wouldn't be here.
Yeah, thank you. We would be nothing to pick.
Right. I picked the 49ers.
Draft picks.
I picked the 49ers for a lot of the same reasons as Nick, man. Look, as much as I've liked Seattle all year, and I knew going into the season that they were going to be one of the more formidable teams in the NFC, I think Sam Darnold loses this game, bro. I think he has one of them ugly 3-4 interception games. Everybody scratching their head like, hey, you're the better team. You're not supposed to lose. But it's just kind of the MO what Sam Darnold is. So I'm just going based off of history. You know, I just don't. I think Sam Darnold is nice. I think he's a regular season quarterback. I think, like Spike said, when the lights are the brightest, I don't think he show up.
Facts.
Y'all know I hate Sam Darnold, but the next round will be when that happens.
So I think Shelton makes the best case for Seattle winning because I forgot they basically playing with plumbers out there. I mean, they literally got guys off practice squad running routes. So there's no way in hell they should win this game. It's just, I don't know. And then hearing the way y'all shit on Sam Darnold, this probably would be the game you go out there and just light it up. just because y'all talking shit about him.
You sound like Sam Darnold daddy. That's you sound like his
he should though.
You don't sound like a football analyst.
I'm gonna say, kid, when in life has that happened?
But the thing about it is this though. The thing about it is this though, Lou. This San Francisco team ain't getting no pressure. That's how you beat him. You beat him by getting to him, and I don't think San Francisco defensive line can get to anybody at this point.
I think you beat him by confusing him.
I think that you can
manufacture pressure.
Yeah, and that's like people have been praising Robert Saleh being the defensive coordinator this season for San Francisco. I think he can come up with a good enough game plan to make Sam Darnold see ghost again. Like that vision is still in my mind. Like him telling people that he saw ghost out there, like until you prove that you don't see ghost out there, I can't pick you.
That was a long time ago, Lou. He was
a long time ago.
Quarterback got him.
Hey,
this
kid,
quarterback,
this
coach got him right, bro.
Same dude. It's the same dude, though.
The coaching was different.
Yeah,
but this is a rematch. I went with the rematch. I didn't even think that deep about it. I was like, all right, well, it's a rematch. Let me go with that. But Shanahan, bro, anyway, moving on. Let's go to the next one. Rams, Chicago.
Hey.
You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Let's go.
Hey, Shelton, what do I always say when it's a tough decision?
Yeah.
Who got the better head coach? Who got the better quarterback? You can't say nothing when I say that.
Better quarterback, better coach.
You say, and it normally is the case, Nick. Yeah, Lou, you talking all that stuff. How you gonna switch on them like that?
I'm trying to win. Like, I want the Bears to win. I ain't even gonna hold you, but I'm just trying to catch you.
Because he realized he's trying. He realized not to pick against a Super Bowl MVP, future MVP of the league, going against a nigga who looked like the crazy dude from Reasonable Doubt season 3. Don't he look like Ozzy?
He do look just like him. Nah. I'm trying to win. The only reason why I picked the Rams, I would.
How like you know I was gonna pick the Bears?
I know you. You gonna pick,
bro? That came down to eeny, meeny, miny, mo on this one because my head says Rams, my heart says Bears. So this was tough. Yeah, this was tough.
My head said Rams and my heart said Bears. I want my head.
Lou, you already know the point. The spread is 3.5. Like it's a pickup game,
but is it the Rams?
And it's the home
which
team.
way is this spread?
It's a pickup game. It don't matter. It matter.
No. It does matter. It does matter.
The Rams are favored 3.5. But who's the home team?
So what are you
who's
saying?
the home team?
But the home team cancels out 3. The home team cancels out.
What are you saying? You think about you if you want to use that logic.
You trying to argue?
My logic is it is going to be cold.
At 3 points.
No, I don't know that. My logic is because I really don't pay it. I don't pay it that much attention. My logic is that it's definitely going to be cold there. It's going to be very difficult. The Rams looked good last year in the snow game. They played decent, but it's going to be tough.
Decent. They were one play away from winning the game.
That's why I say they played good in it, but it's still going to be tough in this environment. That's what I said.
That's the one hope the Rams have. I mean, that's the hope. That's the one hope the Bears have, that there's really bad weather. Like it got to be
it's going to be
nasty, disgusting, windy game, and the Bears going to be in it.
It's going to be, and that's what I'm banking on.
I just went with experience. I think McVay was dangerously close to getting destroyed, losing to Bryce Young and the Panthers of all teams. They lost 9 games and they damn near lost that game. That was despicable. So it never should have been in that position. But nevertheless, shout out to the Panthers for their fight and their grit to almost win that game. I got to give them props for that. But hey, man, we got 2 quarterbacks that no comebacks. So, in the fourth quarter, who knows what's going to happen? But I'm going with the experience.
And Shelton's hating on Stafford all season long.
You know I hate on Stafford. You know I hate Stafford, Nick.
Hey, this gonna be the best.
I do.
This is gonna be the best game of the weekend, easily.
It's gonna be a good game, yeah. It's gonna be the most entertaining game. We can't call these good games because they've been playing like shit this whole playoff.
Yeah. All right, so at least
watch this damn game be a blowout. Just because y'all say that, damn game be a blowout.
You're right.
I hope not,
because we saying it, but I hope not.
I hope not.
I think it can be. I think Bears. Well, I don't know. Shit, the damn Rams gave up a lead to the Panthers, so who knows? I mean the Rams. Yeah. That's it. All right, let's just get this one over with. Houston, New England. Damn, I'm the only one to go with the Patriots.
This is my game. This is gonna be the most entertaining game to me of the weekend. I think this is gonna be.
Why?
I don't, because it's like a game just the same way the Rams Panthers didn't seem like that was gonna be shit, and it ended up being an exciting game. I think this is gonna be the same way.
Yeah, Texas about to expose Drake, man.
They really are. They're gonna be on his head, bro. They're gonna be on his head. Man, they balling. No, who did they just play?
Quarterback talk, all that talk they've been talking about. Drake made.
Who did they just play?
Like Listen,
okay.
Texans are about to expose
Spike.
The Chargers was on him.
Okay, Spike. I don't know if expose is the right word when you have an elite defense. Elite defense make elite quarterbacks look bad.
He ain't elite though. That's what I'm saying.
But that's the point. I don't think they will. I don't think they're. Yeah, but I don't think. I think what I'm saying is that it doesn't matter when you have an elite defense. They make all quarterbacks look bad. They made one of the best quarterbacks ever in history. Aaron Rodgers. Yes, I don't know exactly. Well, Rodgers is bad, but. So now we'll find out how good May is next year because the schedule was weak, as been documented all year long. But I might be on the May bandwagon, bro.
This gonna be a learning. Hey, this gonna be a learning
against the Chargers.
They're gonna learn him real
against
good.
The Chargers. He had an interception and 2 fumbles. It was a rough day for him against the Chargers. Just the Chargers couldn't do nothing with the ball. They had an even rougher day. So in saying that, this Texas defense, when they get after you,
I'm
shocked. Nobody's open, it's gonna be tough.
I'm shocked. This is Black America, White America game, and you have White America. This is egregious.
Ken on the other side.
What'd you say, Doc?
I'm with you. Especially CJ ain't been looking like shit since he told Caleb to keep his head up.
Doc, it ain't even got nothing to do with CJ.
Like we seen, like nothing.
Doc, we seen last night. CJ ain't got to do nothing. This defense is gonna score. Like, listen, Drake May is finna get a whole lot of like, God damn, you finna fuck around and find out this weekend for the playoffs. That's what's gonna happen to him. CJ ain't really got nothing to do with it. He just got to do what he did last night, and that's not lose the game.
Aaron Rodgers is gonna call him like, bro.
I told you.
Like you said, Lou, about the last game with the Rams and the Bears. If the weather is ugly in Foxborough, that's the only way that I see that balancing
even
out.
better for the Texans. That's even better.
No, it's not.
It ugly weather, but a top-notch defense.
CJ's not used to playing. CJ been looking.
Listen, man. Okay. We can discount CJ Stroud. It don't matter what he do. We seen that last night. It don't matter what CJ Stroud do.
It don't.
They have a defense that's gonna get you to the point where.
Yeah, that defense showed up big.
Night,
CJ Stroud was terrible last night. They won by 2 touchdowns.
The only thing that scares me, Doc, is Nico Collins getting that concussion. If he can't play,
Gonzalez is out too. Gonzalez is out too.
Oh wow!
So that cancels each other. Yeah. Nico definitely not playing because he got concussed.
Yeah, that was rough.
NFL screwed him over by making this.
Is Saturday night game?
I think it is one of the Saturday night games instead of a Sunday night. Not even giving the full week. But Gonzalez got hurt in that Chargers.
No, it's Sunday. It's Sunday at 3.
Hey Nick.
Well, they played on Monday, so it's a short week. Yeah.
Hey Nick, how many points did Harbaugh's Chargers score last week?
Let's get to these super chats, Kim.
Harbaugh said he the best coach in the league. Nick said he the best coach in the league too. That nigga been he been bumming it out for 3 years in the playoffs, bro.
He let Drake May put up 16 points on him after turning the ball over twice, bro.
3 times. Well, yeah, twice.
Where the bell, Nick? Where the bell at?
Y'all already know. First of all, Lou, he's only been there for 2 seasons. Second of all, I can't. Harbaugh doesn't play on the field. Herbert was literally in the 5 yards. Herbert was 5 yards. Trade Herbert. That's what Harbaugh wins.
You need J-Lo that with Harbaugh.
He gonna make J-Lo look terrible. I'm not calling him J-Lo. All I know is Nick was trying to shit on Tomlin and the Steelers scoring 6 points, and the guy that he advocates is good only put up 40.
As the best coach in the league.
Listen,
I didn't even think about that, kid.
Listen, kid. Harbaugh don't got a losing record either.
All right, man. Let's get out of here. Let me get these super chats. Top of the evening, everyone. Jalen Hurts versus Flop Purdy equals the stoppable force versus the movable object.
That's fine.
Man, Purdy can win 2 Super Bowls. Rob is not gonna let it go.
Rob a hater though. You know that.
Hey, I respect good hate, bro. Playoff Justin Herbert is equal to 6'6" JJ McCarthy.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That game was on.
He has good man. He hasn't looked good in the playoffs.
Not at all.
We them boys. Tomlin hasn't won a playoff game since Obama was in office. This was a forced retirement.
1 million.
I'm telling y'all, man.
Hey, Ken, Stranger Things started and ended without a Tomlin playoff win.
I really honestly believe that Tomlin is Tomlin married. I think he's married, right?
He married to a black
I
woman.
really believe that Tomlin's wife started talking to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Black women be Ken hey, listen.
They don't appreciate you.
Yeah, that shit up. They don't appreciate you. They don't fuck with you. Hey, you know them conversations happening at home.
I already know what happens, Mike.
You know it was.
I already know what it
that
was.
black woman was like, I'm tired of hearing our name being yelled out.
They chatting about firing you? Oh no, you need to leave. Baby.
That's the last thing. They ain't staying Mike. They staying fire Tomlin. She got to go to church hearing that.
Yeah. She told him to get out of there.
It's gonna be a hymn. They're gonna be singing that.
The pastor gonna say something in like when the doors of the church open. They done the announcements. We praying for Brother Tomlin. And it's
I knew Tomlin was out of there when he started talking about Harbaugh's kids. When he saw Harbaugh was out of there, he was like, "Yeah, man, I remember my kids were young together. Now they old." I think at that point, Tomlin made his decision. Was like, if we don't do shit, or when we don't do shit,
he still got $50 million left on his contract. He can pay $25 million in the next couple years.
Somebody gonna pay him the bag. Somebody gonna pay him the bag for TV. He's gonna get a big TV deal next year.
He probably going to Fox. I think Fox gonna try to get him.
I don't know who's gonna do it, but he's gonna get a lot of money for TV.
Yeah.
We them boys. 9 NFL head coach openings is crazy.
Absolutely
crazy. That's not good for the league.
Crazy.
And lack of patience, man. So anyway, hit under yellow. Can't believe Love getting $55 million a year and still took off the second half of that game. Crazy. Caleb carried his team to that victory. What Love do?
Carried is a strong word. Carry is a strong
Love had 4
word.
touchdown passes and kept the team in the game.
Like that's what I'm saying.
Caleb didn't carry the team.
Carried is a strong word.
I told you Caleb painted his nails at halftime and came out and did what he had to do.
He won the game, FIFO. That's it. Sit back.
He didn't carry. Bro, if it wasn't for Caleb, they wouldn't have won that game.
Bro, we have Sheldon, we have criticized Lamar Jackson when he has 1 fumble and 1 pick. And these motherfuckers want me to praise Caleb for 2 red zone turnovers and not be able to convert 4th downs until literally the 4th quarter.
He won the game and made the plays. He made the plays that Lamar don't make in the playoffs, bro. What is you talking about?
Nick. That's the difference.
Go back and look at that 4th down.
One still playing and one is at home.
Just go back and
one
look at
didn't even get invited.
Bro, bro,
that's bad right there.
And your spirit runs deep, Nick.
I keep it a beam, bro.
All these changes and openings, and meanwhile the Jets are sticking with the defensive coach whose defense couldn't force 1 interception. Nice work, Woody.
So they wanted to fire. They wanted Josh, to fire 10 jobs over. Like, come on,
Josh Bros. This wasn't a year to fire him, Josh Bros. You did well to stand pat. Give him another year.
And here's the thing about the Jets: nobody's winning there.
Exactly.
That's too volatile.
Look, we see Robert Saleh is not trash all the way. Maybe not a good head coach, but we know he's not trash. He just proved that. We know Aaron Glenn not trash. That roster, it's going to take a little bit to turn that over.
That culture. It's that culture.
That culture. Yeah, exactly. That whole thing.
Organization and coaches. Yeah. Agree with
Hurts and Sirianni will be on the hot seat next year if the O doesn't improve. Only so many coordinators can be fired if it isn't your fault directly.
100%.
He should be on the hot seat right now.
No, he is.
It's funny though because you get promoted, fired. So it's kind of it's a thing.
Bro, I don't know why they keep kicking the can. Like as Nick say, they're kicking the can. Fire Sirianni, bro. We all know he ain't.
It's hard to fire. It's hard to fire him, man.
He won the Super Bowl.
Y'all talking about
he won the Super Bowl less than a year ago. You don't fire him like that.
He's not good. I can justify that shit if I'm an owner and kick him out and be like, no.
You can justify keeping him though. He won a Super Bowl. You can't justify.
Why would I do that though?
Because he won the Super Bowl.
y'all are kicking the can because he won a Super Bowl and saying, oh, he's a Super Bowl winning coach. But we all know, everybody's observed and seen that he's not good. He's not good with players. He's not good with personnel. He's not good with the offensive coaches or the defensive coaches. Just fire him.
Y'all gonna do it in 2 years. I just don't think that's always the wise thing to do.
Y'all are gonna do it in 2 years or 1 year anyway.
Well, yeah, that whole organization, they gotta. I mean, what's the GM name? Lurie. He gotta turn that roster over because the contract's about.
Yeah, Lurie the owner.
Yeah, it's gonna be or whoever the GM that's doing all those moves.
Howie.
Yeah, it's about to get ugly.
Let's go. You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
It's fair to ask, what are the odds they found another great coach? But on the flip side, what are the odds the Steelers even snip a Super Bowl if they kept Tomlin?
Right. They would have stayed in purgatory.
If they had a quarterback, they would.
It's been 19 years. I think that for me, it's been 19 years, bro.
Yeah. You don't stay nowhere for 19 years unless you're the owner.
Right. He got hardware in the cabinet already. He had done what he's supposed to do there.
Dusty, but it's there.
Mike
Not
Tomlin,
quite as dusty.
You know, you asking how many of the Bengals have, Shelton?
Hey, we about to get one.
They got participation trophies.
hey, kid, everybody fired now. Zach Taylor, the best coach in the division, because no one else is there.
They got ring pops. They ain't even got real rings.
Mike Tomlin, the standard is the standard. I think Eway's a Steelers fan. I got to talk to my cousin-in-law because he swore my son was a good luck charm because when they won that Super Bowl years ago, 17 years later, that luck worn off. Thunderkin 3000. Real Steelers fans know the Rooneys don't fire coaches. We've only had 3 coaches in the franchise since 1969. No, Cowher, and Tomlin.
I wonder if they're gonna keep Arthur Smith.
It makes it.
I'm thinking Arthur Smith
if they're gonna hire a coach that they gotta fire, because no other franchise in the history of the NFL has had a hiring streak like that. So you gotta think it's gonna balance out.
That's why I say watch out. Go ahead. That's why I was gonna say watch out for Arthur Smith because he's in the program. Man, they know him.
The head coach. That's crazy.
I agree with you, Lou, but I'm just saying he's there and he's in the program.
Arthur Smith is crazy. Awful. They just need to go get a.
Yeah, they're gonna have to let everybody.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know anything about the owners. I know the kids are taking over. I don't know if they still stick to that old Steelers way, but we'll see. Caleb the GOAT. All right. Shout out to Luther. Y'all seen how Green Bay targeted number 6 Kyler Gordon? Take all the Puka over. Yeah. Yeah, they were. That's why I thought. Yeah, I saw that. Will, how do you feel about Maxey being the first option now and Embiid the second, and Paul George being an overpaid role player now? Sixers are sneaky deep.
I love it. I think it's awesome. If I was them, I would sit Embiid for a little bit because you can rest him for the playoffs. You know this team can win without him at this point. They are a very, very deep team. You got veterans on the bench that probably can still play a little bit. You got Kyle Lowry over there. Kelly Oubre, you got some. No, he's not. I'm saying you got veterans that could probably play that's not playing. But I mean, for spells anyway.
Lowry is nuts.
I was saying because he's the last man on the bench, and I'm saying is a veteran.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but I like. Hey, people, he said it's a deep bench because they got Kyle Lowry.
Yeah, I'm saying if you got Kyle Lowry as your 12th man, that's amazing. But watch out for the
Kyle Lowry should be a coach.
Kyle Lowry because I like Kyle Lowry.
But Shelton, I'm with you though.
But you watch this team down the stretch. This team can make some moves, and you'll see them in the thick of things. They're gonna give Detroit and New York a run for their money. I'd be scared of the Sixers team.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you, Shelton. Maxey has definitely earned that. We've seen him literally progress. And what year is it for him? He's in that 3 to 5 year window. So he's getting off right now. He definitely looks like a number one option. He looks like a lead guard. I love the addition of Edgecombe. He's definitely more ready than I thought. You know what I'm saying? Coming into the league. Reminds me a lot of Stephen Castle over there with the San Antonio Spurs. Paul George, he's getting his legs back up under him. He's not elite anymore. You can see that, but he's still a smooth dude with an old man game. You know what I'm saying? He can still shoot. He still gets to his spots. You can't speed him up. But no, I do like Philly. I do think that they could run one of the better teams that's at the top of the conference into a deep playoff series. So I like them. But here's the thing: at the end of the day, Shelton, they do need Embiid to be great or really, really, really good in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? And as fragile as he is, I don't know if he could make it through a series. And I think that's going to be their issues, regardless if you rest them or not.
That's why I say you kind of you kind of watch his minutes for the rest of the season to get him, make sure he's in tip top, ready to go shape. As best you can.
He AD, bro. And look,
he ain't that bad.
He's not that bad, but he's on that same tier with him. Like it just like he could fall the wrong way, and then all of a sudden, like he out for a month or so.
Mm-hmm.
Like my thing with Embiid, the same thing with like AD and some of these other players that I watch, is like they fall, and it's like, oh my god, he about to be out. Like like you're on pins and needles watching some of these players playing. That's how I feel with Embiid at this point. And I love him, want him to be great, but I just don't know if the availability is going to be there.
The Sixers are definitely a top three. Like the three best odds to win the East is the Knicks, Detroit, and Philly. So I agree.
Not the Knicks first though. And watch out for VJ hooping.
Yes. Don Conway, this offseason is going to be make or break for a lot of these QBs. Who is going to be under the most pressure to win going forward?
Lamar Jackson is one of them for that, in my opinion, with the new coach and not making the playoffs. It's going to be really, really a lot of eyes on him. You look at a player like Joe Burrow, same level. They got to start making the playoffs. But I think the most pressure would have to be Dak Prescott, wouldn't you say?
Oh,
you playing?
Nah,
I'm not being funny. I'm saying that though, Lewis, it's an American team. He's making the most money.
No.
You don't think so? He's making the most money?
No. And that's the reason why. Because he's making the money and he has the stats to back it up. Like whatever the win-loss is not because of Dak. Dak is doing his job. So I don't think he's under pressure. I think
there's an expectation for Dak. I think that there's more of an expectation for someone like Lamar, like you said, because he has MVPs and they're expecting him to win. And also you have to look at Jalen Hurts, like you said, after this performance.
Not yet. Yeah. I think after this next OC. I think after this next OC, then it's on Jalen now.
Nah, they're on him now.
I think I'm 7 OCs in 7 years. You can't.
I know this is going to sound a little funny, but I think that the quarterback under the most pressure, because I think it's potentially out of the league for him after this point, is Kyler Murray.
Sure.
Kyler Murray signed a big deal. Kyler Murray is out of Arizona. Kyler Murray is going to get another opportunity because he has talent. But guess what? He's going to have a very short leash, and if he don't produce, he's out the league.
I think it's already over.
So you don't think he gets another opportunity?
He's going to get another opportunity. I don't think he's going to be good with it. Yeah, like
what about Tua?
The same thing he did in Arizona. I think Tua is over for him.
Tua's done.
It's
a backup
for Tua.
Tua's a backup moving forward.
It's over for Tua.
I think when we're talking about expectations, where I would put the most heaviest burden on is Lamar Jackson. And then if I had to go to somebody else beyond that, it depends on what Josh Allen does this weekend. It depends on mainly Josh Allen, what he does this weekend. A lot of expectations going to be on him. If he don't win a Super Bowl this year with no Patrick Mahomes and no Lamar Jackson and none of the big name quarterbacks in the AFC to prevent him from getting to the Super Bowl, like next year, if Josh Allen don't walk away with a ring this year, people are going to be like, I don't know, bro.
Right now, to me, just off rip, it's a tie between Lamar and Burrow. I'll give the edge. Lamar's 1A. Or Lamar's 1, Burrow's 1A, just because Lamar got his coach fired, and now everything is literally on him. at least with Joe Burrow's situation, you can still blame the coach and they can still fire him before it's all on him. But like Lou said, the way this play out, if Josh Allen gets bounced out by Bo Nix, people going to be like, bro, this nigga, we need to have another conversation about him. But also underrated, and I know this may be early and y'all may disagree, but Patrick Mahomes coming back off the injury, because people say he's the GOAT. I say he's the GOAT. Some other people say how he bounces back from this people are going to look at that, because people are ready to take him off that mountaintop that we put him up on there, and how he moves forward is going to be. I'm just saying, I'm not saying that again, he's not number 1, 2, or 3. I'm just saying that people are going to put pressure like, damn, is he done? Like, was that the run that he had and that's all he's going to win?
Well, like I said, when he got hurt, I think the smartest move is for him to stay out, because you see that they got a top 10 or a top 12 pick this year.
15, something like
top
that.
15 or something like that. So they're drafted way higher than they have, obviously, in a whole bunch of years. And I think if he stays out next year too, obviously they're going to draft high, and this year and a half buffer will give them enough ammunition to kind of retool. So when he comes back, the cupboard doesn't feel as empty, especially defensively.
And what you're forgetting too is a lot of these quarterbacks have built-in excuses built around them, and people are going to use these excuses to protect some of them. The Josh Allen is the biggest motto of that. Joe Burrow gets a lot of them too. They put these excuses out there, but they don't have this, they don't have that. So some of them got buffers. Lamar is the one that I'm looking at, not because I believe it's all on him, is because that's what the media is going to create. They're going to say he's the one that's sleeping in meetings and doing this and doing that, so he has the most pressure as far as that's concerned.
Lamar had an excuse too, because it was Harbaugh. That was
he did.
He don't next year though, Kev.
Yeah,
I know.
He did, but they don't like to give it to him. They're not gonna give him that.
They fired a coach. They chose him over Harbaugh, so they said that was his excuse. Yeah,
I'm saying the media is not gonna give him that going forward.
Yeah. Because Harbaugh gone, but yeah, you're right. If the Titans hire Nagy, tell my family they can find my body in Lake Lanier.
That's crazy. Caring that much about the Titans is crazy.
I care about the Teen Titans more than anything.
Give a fuck about the Titans.
What? Remember the Titans, bro.
How many Titans I gotta go through before I get to the Tennessee Titans, nigga?
Oh, bro. Oh, Pete, I didn't think we had a shout out to the Titans fan in the chat.
I know, man. Cam Ward.
I'm from Nashville and I don't care about the Titans. Like what? What?
Hey, but Cam is going to be a guy I'm looking for to seeing what he does, man. But yeah, that's all.
They need a coach though, Lou or
coach.
Ken. You can't be doing that. You can't be slandering Cam Moore like he was this season. His coach got fired midway. They need a head coach. If Harbaugh goes there, then you can judge him.
All right. Well, anyway, man, that has been the show. A lot of resolutions have happened. And it's a good start for you too this year, huh, Nick? Tomlin got out of there, bro.
Listen, I don't like it when black coaches get fired.
Listen, when he got a little
Nick, he calling for it.
He got a little altar right there with a Tomlin picture. He been burning shit for the whole year. Like, nigga, we know.
Listen, I don't like the Steelers. I hate them. My hate is all. Right. Tomlin just represented my hatred. He is gone now. I don't like the black man getting fired, but he'll be all right.
Nick Tomlin is like Marquise to 50 Cent.
That nigga hate him because he look like him. Self-hate.
Anyway. That's gonna do it for us, man. We'll catch you guys next time. We out. Peace.
Peace.
Let's go.
You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.